even close to record heat. Tonight, clear, very warm, very humid, 79 for the low. The city only dropping back to about 82, 83 degrees. Tuesday, sunny, hot and humid again. 96 will do it for the high on Tuesday. Tuesday night, partly cloudy, warm and humid, 79 degrees. Still hot and humid on Wednesday with a isolated thunderstorm possible, but 95 on Wednesday. I still like mid-80s in here with scattered showers and thunderstorms Thursday and Friday. So a little bit of hope on the horizon. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Cloudy sky, 92 downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Good afternoon, St. Louis, DGS 104.1 FM KMOX. Happy Monday to everybody. Hope you all had a good weekend.
Yeah.
First weekend with Phoebe for 2.5 months.
Ah, look out.
So that was pretty cool. Great to see her. Great to hear all of her stories. And again, can't get into a lot of details because she hasn't given me the go-ahead. She's a very private person, but she had quite an adventure. And it was really difficult what she did, but really cool. And she's like a different person.
Oh, that's awesome.
Reminds me a lot of when I came back from Europe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I hadn't grown up even a little bit. And she had. She's pretty grown up. She's just awesome. But she had a lot of challenges this summer and met all of them and really succeeded, and we couldn't be more proud of her.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, Phoebe was already like very confident and like self-possessed and just
Yes.
came off so great. So I
Yes.
can only imagine like how she is now. I mean,
Yeah. No, Phoebe, Nick is a lot like me, but twice as sweet. And Phoebe is a lot like me, but twice as tough and capable. And it's really true. Like, that's not being self-deprecating. Like, Wheels, you get it.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's you do your best, you fail, and then you realize, oh, I somehow, along with my partner, raised 2 really great kids, which is a wonderful feeling. Everyone out there who has kids, you get it. No one's perfect. You're not perfect. They're not perfect. But when they're good human beings, you're like, okay.
Yep.
That's awesome.
I'm even with the house. You know, I got this. So, yeah, so that was nice. And then just some relaxing, me and my wound, you know.
Open wound.
Did you name it yet?
No.
It's looking a lot better today than it did on Friday.
Yeah, I 2 minutes ago, Rach was using Scotch tape to hold my bandage on, and the only reason I'm wearing a bandage at all is because of my headphones.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much bandage free, other than sleeping because I don't want to screw something up, you know,
Right.
in the middle of the night, not know it. But I go back to the to Dr. Knoyer tomorrow morning, and I think he's going to release me from, you know, anything, and it'll be cool. So
Nice.
It's just in an awkward place, so it's
You
hard
think?
to. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, that's definitely
Yeah.
it's where the jaw moves, so your face muscles move, and that's
Yeah.
going to loosen any bandaging there.
yeah.
And
So-
it's right where your headphones sit.
Yes.
So in another profession, you'd be totally fine.
Yeah, it's not ideal. It's not. It's
Unless you were a DJ.
none of it was ideal.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting shots under my ear.
Good.
I know. I was just talking to Maria Kina. I didn't see her most of last week, and we're pals, and we're just talking about it. And that place, like if you just take your finger and put it right under your earlobe, it's the spot, at least on me, where if I eat sour candy, it goes.
Oh, yeah. You get that little tangy, weird thing.
And most of you didn't do this, but weirdos like me and South Roxana, when we would wrestle and stuff, that was a move, was to put your finger there and push real hard, and it hurts real bad. So that's always been like, don't touch me there. Some people are weird about their belly button. I'm weird about that spot. And so, of course, I get 4 shots in it. So it's the way it goes. Yeah.
Seems not great.
Hopefully, it will all be over soon.
Yeah. Yeah. I sent a pic to, it's so funny. Canoyer texted me Friday, and he's like, hey, how you feeling? Send me a pic as soon as you can. And I told Wheels, I'm like, it took everything I had not to send him the other kind of pic.
You asked for it.
You just don't get setups like that when you're a comedian that many times in life. But
yeah.
He thought it was looking okay. So I went by Schnucks today to get a couple prescriptions and some Eckert's peaches for my best friends at work.
Yummy.
Yum.
And guess what else they had? Halloween candy's
Yeah.
out.
Come on.
Halloween
now.
It's been out for,
Candy?
no, it's been out.
Halloween
It's been
is
out for
out.
weeks.
Who is getting candy now?
I don't know.
Candy you get like the morning of.
Yeah, it's been out. This stuff's been out there for 2 weeks, easy.
It's not even the middle of August.
They must have research that shows that it helps. I don't get it because it just pisses me off.
Yeah, you know,
What are we doing?
I went to Target at some point, and they had a bunch of Halloween decorations out when you first walk in. And of course, I
It's
looked
too
through
early.
them.
When do
Yeah,
you guys
it
even
is
start
too
thinking
early.
about it? When does Halloween even hit your radar? Because to me, it's not till we get to October.
Yeah, when it's cold, when it feels a little
when
chilly.
it's 96, I'm not thinking about Halloween.
I'll give him mid-September.
Yeah, I mean, okay, you guys know how much I love the fall, and Halloween's a big part of it. But like Halloween proper, with like Halloween lights or Halloween decorations, yeah, maybe the first 10 days in October.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way it goes. That's the way
Put that
she
stuff
is.
out there, man. Never enough.
So when I'm just going to give all you guys this idea because it really doesn't matter if you steal it from me. But when Fee was a kid, we would take her and her friends every holiday season. We would get like a limo bus. I was doing live endorsements for Best Transportation, and they would hook me up. And we would get her and about a dozen of her little friends and the parents, and we would go out and we would go to a lot of places that had like beautiful lights.
Oh, okay.
And we would go down to Main Street, St. Charles, where they have all the characters, and we would get pizza. And it's one of our best memories. And I was thinking how cool it would be. We could even do this to do a haunted bus tour where like maybe you get a limo bus and no one has to drive, obviously, and you can have your fun, but maybe go like to the Limp Mansion and then go to like a famous cemetery. And does that sound fun? Probably not to you, Wheels, but
Oh, it sounds fun. I like that stuff.
do you?
Well, I mean, I like watching other people scared.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds like a good time.
Think of the opportunities you have to jump out from behind
listen,
bushes.
I'll take that. Well, probably have to get permission slips to do that. I don't need anybody having a cardiac event.
I thought that'd be a lot of fun.
I like
and
that
then
stuff.
You can make the bus spooky.
Yeah. Spooky lights.
Mm-hmm.
Call it the spooky bus.
For a bachelor,
Half the work done right there.
Yeah. Spooky Bus by Dave Glover.
Good, Rage.
For a bachelorette party once we did so they have something in Grafton called the Witches on the Water.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
And like everybody dresses up like a witch and bar hops. But they had a bus shuttle to take you from one end of town to the other, and it's like a school bus. And everybody's drunk, obviously, and I'm just like on the bus. I didn't dress like a witch. I just can't. I just can't do that kind of
I was
stuff.
very proud of you for wearing a purple wig at Mardi Gras.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, well, because you know me. I'm not like
No.
here's my chance. Like, I'm
Right,
just
she's
not
like,
that person.
Hey, everyone, look at me.
I actually
It's time
hate
to show off.
because I had to, for Mardi Gras, I'm wearing that purple wig and I had to stop and get gas. And I was like, I feel like such a fool. But no, like everyone's just like having a great time on this bus. And the whole time I'm on it, I'm just thinking, if we got in a crash, so many people would be flying out the window. Like, I just have a hard time suspending like my anxiety for like a fun time like that.
That's funny. Yeah.
But that being said, they were playing like Monster Mash and stuff, and it was nice.
I was thinking over the weekend, I have a couple friends who have essential trimmers. Like, you've seen that, heard of it.
Yeah.
And I was talking to one of them and I said, I don't mean this to be offensive, but I feel like I have essential trimmers of the brain. Like, my level, my flavor of anxiety that I have, that's what it feels like. Like, people with essential trimmers, as I understand it, have difficulty controlling their bodies and they just sort of move whether they want them to or not. And that's how I feel inside. Does that make any sense? Where it's just like, I wish I wasn't doing this. I wish I wasn't thinking about this. Wish I wasn't ruminating about this, but it just keeps going.
Yeah. I understand. But ironically, the best thing to do is to just accept how you feel
Yeah,
instead
I
of
agree.
fight it.
I agree.
It's the quickest way out.
So I came up with a question for you guys Friday night at 3 a.m. and I had that battle where I'm like, this is a really good idea for the show. But now I have to lean over, stop sleeping, get my phone, put it in my notes, and try to get back to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't. And then like 20 minutes later, I'm like, I have to put this back in the phone. So now that I've given the big buildup, it's going to sound so stupid. But I typically, since childhood, sleep under the covers. I'm not super comfortable with like my feet being out. And so I woke up and my feet were out, and I'm like, oh, I got to remedy that.
Dave's like, my feetsies are out.
But for you guys, whether it's your feet or what have you, like, I call it the toe eater. What are you afraid of? What does your toe eater look like? Some sort of a ghosty demon guy who, if your legs or your feet are showing, they're going to get you.
I guess I'm sorry. I hate to throw cold water on it. I don't think I have that.
Oh, you're so lucky.
I would say it's like it's undefinable, right? That's why it's scary. If it was definable, I'd be like, oh, hey Jeff, what's up? You know what I mean? Like,
That's how I got over.
Jeff wants to
again,
eat your
huh?
toes.
That's how I've gotten over my
He
fear
won't
of
stop
so
calling.
many things. Is I just like picture like, well, what if I did see? What if I go out to my kitchen and the Babadook is in there? He's gonna look like an idiot in my kitchen, and I'm not gonna be scared anymore.
Yeah, especially if he's like eating your
Yeah,
leftovers.
it's like, what are you doing haunting me? Like, go. Really? You don't have anything else better to do?
This is
Get
what
out
you're
of
doing with your
here.
time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rachel's plan is to mean girls the
Yeah.
demon until it disappears
Like,
back to
ugh.
hell.
You're here.
Since nobody asked me, mine looks like Dobby from Harry Potter.
Oh,
Okay.
You
Yeah.
think he's
did you
gonna
see the
grab your
Dobby
toe?
story?
No.
There's a Dobby story on the rundown
Is he
today.
chewing toes?
No, but there's a Dobby story because Harry Potter fans
Oh, I did see
threw
this.
a big fit, so they stopped some kind of energy project development because the land where his fictional burial was filmed in Harry Potter is there, and they wanted to protect this.
Yeah. That's a reach.
You need to grow up.
That's a reach.
Like, you got to grow up. Like, and the fact that it actually seems to have worked is insane.
So what are they trying to do that they're stopping
They're
them
trying
from?
to protect the location where the movie makers filmed
Right.
Dobby's burial.
But what do they want to do there?
I guess have a permanent Dobby memorial
Oh, that's
for a fictional character
really weird.
from a movie scene.
Yeah.
Like, what? People are grown who want to do that. Like, if you're a grown person and you want that, I think there's something wrong with you.
You,
Like, this
you don't
fictional
say.
character, this fictional character from a magical world had a fake ass burial in a movie. And like, we need to protect this spot in real life.
I know in like the 50s through the 70s, we didn't have we didn't have what we have today.
Yeah.
We didn't have as many things to dork out over,
Right.
right? Whether it's Marvel or Odyssey or Pokemon or what have you.
Star Wars.
But
guilty.
do you think people still did?
Oh, yeah.
Do you think there are people like in 1958 who's like, oh, we need to
Actually, I think this is a special kind of brain rot that could only come about because of the internet.
Yeah.
Like all the most mentally ill people have found each other on the internet, and they're like, if Dobby's grave is desecrated, then I have nothing left to live for.
Yeah, specifically like online communities, starting with like forum message boards, moving on to social media, Reddit, that sort of thing. That is it is. I do not think in 1950 anybody was like, I'm completely obsessed with I Dream of Jeannie or whatever it
and
was in 1950.
And if they were, people would be like, you got to calm down. We're not doing this right now.
You're
like
right.
People would just tell them to be quiet.
Yeah,
I think that's the
You're
difference. I think that's the difference because people definitely were just as obsessed with whatever they were obsessed with, but they didn't have an outlet for it. They had no way to communicate with each other across the globe, and nobody listened to them. Everybody was just like, hey, listen. You go collect your bottle caps. We're not changing the world because of your bottle caps.
Well, I think my example's perfect. The one about Star Wars.
Yeah.
When I was 12, saw Star Wars at the Wildie, driving away in the car, and I said to no one, oh, man, I hope I live long enough to see that happen. And my dad goes, well, you can wish in one hand and crap in the other and see which fills up first. And I was 12.
Yeah.
A 12-year-old, you go, well, buddy, who knows? You might have a lightsaber. Not Jack. Jack was letting me know.
Real world, baby.
There's no magic coming your way.
Real world.
That's funny. Now, I agree with you guys in general, but on this Dobby thing, I'm in support. Because if we do desecrate his fictional grave,
he's going to come eat your toes.
He's going to come get your toes because then he's got no place to rest.
That's right.
So now zombie Dobby is going to be.
It's an unnecessary rattling of his tiny toes.
Right now he's sealed. He's sealed away.
Right.
He's in hell. He can't get you.
Yes.
But who knows what could happen if they.
Well, you get zombie. Geez, why is that hard to say? Zombie Dobby. So hard to say, but he's going to be at Shea Glover here soon.
I don't like it.
Zombie Dobby.
If they dig him up, fictionally dig up his fictional body.
Tell you guys about Mark and Neil Gelman of the Gelman team at eXp Realty. They are just better. They are. Let's be honest. In what I do, I think I'm better than other people. I think there are other people better than me. In what you do, you probably feel the same way. You're like, oh, yeah, I got Charlie beat by a mile, but Sally, she's just next level. And it's the same way in real estate. It's difficult, to get your license. Nick studied for it and he got it. So I watched him do that. I have respect for anyone who, kind of has a side hustle and sells a few homes per year. That's not what the Gelman team is. It's truly a team. They have resources. They have monetary resources. They put their own money behind marketing your home. It's one of the reasons they've been so successful. The market's weird. Going into an even weirder time right now. Who knows what the hell is going to happen with the midterms in Iran and interest rates and such. So you need a steady, sage hand to help you out, and that's what the Gelman team is. If you want to find out what they think your house is worth right now, go to the front page of thegelmanteam.com, put in your address. We'll give you a number. If you want to talk about it, 314-336-1991.
Certain restrictions apply.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
You've pictured it, the garage door that finally makes your home look the way you want it to. And now get $500 back on a qualifying garage door with the Overhead Door Home Refresh Rebate. Qualifying purchase must be made by September 13th. Let Overhead Door Company of St. Louis upgrade your curb appeal and get you up to $500 back. Schedule a free estimate at overheaddoorsstlouis.com. Select models. Rebate paid as a Visa prepaid gift card. Restrictions apply. See website for full terms.
St. Louis City SC and Schnucks are teaming up once again for our annual week-long food drive this Wednesday, August 5th through Tuesday, August 11th. Visit your local Schnucks to donate non-perishable food items benefiting Operation Food Search and help us beat last year's total. Join the effort this August to help City SC and Schnucks kick hunger in our city. Find out more at stlcitysc.com.
America is turning 250 this year, and Circa Sports is celebrating by offering all users in Missouri $250. For everyone in Missouri, all you have to do is deposit $250 on your Circa Sports app, then play through that deposit. Once you do, Circa Sports will reward you with $250 right in your account. This is available for everyone in Missouri, new and existing users. Celebrate 250 years and find out more at circasports.com today. Must be 21 or older and in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Proudly serving St. Louis for over 100 years. KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
Welcome back, DGS. Happy Monday. Today's National Lazy Day.
All right.
Yeah. Do
Probably-
what you will with that.
Probably better if that winds up on a weekend.
Yeah, why'd they do it on a Monday?
Yeah, true. It's a good point. Speaking of lazy weeks, we have a weird one this week. We have day games on Wednesday and Friday. So chances are we're not on Wednesday and Friday, but you can enjoy the Cardinals. And then Monday, I think you guys are off. Steve may want me to come in and do a little joint thing with one of the sports guys because it's a weird day. We have like a 12:40 game, and then we have a second game. So it's
There's maybe some between time, but it just depends on how long the first game is.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be a separate. It's not like just rolling one game into the other. It's a day-night doubleheader.
Yes.
Which means separate pre- and post-game show for both. So if there is something, it's probably really short.
Well, that's what Steve said. He goes, well, chances are Matt Pauley will be doing the post game for the first game, and maybe the pregame for the next game.
Right.
But he might want you to come in for 45 minutes, and I'm like, look, I love Matt. My guess is Matt doesn't want me to come in for the 45 minutes.
I think he would prefer that to being there by himself.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I think he likes you, Dave.
Okay. I just didn't want to be like, harshing his mellow where I'm like, remember that time? What if everyone played with the catcher's mitt? What about that? Have you ever heard a voice or a presence? A new study says that about 20% of people have felt blah, 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 something paranormal. But here's my point. Scientists who've studied this say that about half the people in the world have some paranormal event, and for 80% of them, it ends positively. That they feel more connected to existence, or maybe that was my mom, or, I see a cardinal. That's what my dad said he'd come back as. How's that hit you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if the seeing a cardinal thing, I wouldn't have classified that as paranormal, but I guess it makes sense if you're taking that as a sign from a deceased loved one. So, I mean, of course that's going to have a positive feeling for you.
Unless it's Dobby.
Yeah, if it's Dobby,
Looking for
then
them
he's
toes,
like,
man.
what did you do to my grave?
Cardinals always remind me of my deceased hated ones. No, I like the Cardinal thing. I tend to go with the Cardinal thing. I had a paranormal experience last night, and it did not make me feel more connected.
Hey, let's hear it.
It wasn't. I hesitate to call it paranormal. That's why it wasn't on the show sheet or anything. But I heard whispering all last night while I was in my room in bed. It was free. It was like indistinct whispering, but it had me freaked out until I fell asleep.
And Megan was accounted for.
Yeah, she was there.
Okay.
What do you think it
standing
was?
outside. I have no idea. I mean, I think it's just nothing. The fan bouncing around. The corners of the room and playing tricks or whatever.
I'm sorry, was it wide awake or like half asleep kind of feel?
Pretty awake. I mean, it wasn't long before I was asleep.
Because you could have been like dozing and dreaming it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I was dreaming it, but eventually I was like, well, I guess I'm not that. Because it's one of those things where it's like, am I concerned enough about this to like, get up and go out into the living room.
Get ready to confront the entity.
Yeah, the voices are like,
this.
I swear to God, I'm going to kill you. And he's like, I'm not that concerned.
I'm not getting out of bed for this. If you're going to kill me, come in here and do it.
I'm just going to lay in bed and be like, speak up!
The voice is like, his tax documents are in the hammock. Everything's in the hammock. The hammock, yes. Just trust me, the hammock.
By the way,
cat won't go there.
Speaking of my wife and last night, so we have a not big house. Our house is very small. You walk in, there's the living room. Both of the bedrooms are off of the living room, and ours and the cat's. And my wife was like, all right, I'm going to sleep. She goes into our room, closes the door. I can see the door. If there wasn't like a wall there, I could like toss a can and get it right to her. She's not far away. So the cat started like coughing and like doing kind of a weird thing. And I called her because she had just gone in the room. I was like, hey, can you come out here and, just make sure that the cat's fine. And she's like, I don't know. It's fine. I'm not going to. And I was like, come on, come look at the cat. And she says, all right, I'm on my way. I just thought that was very funny. Because like she was like, I'm on my way, and then a half a second later the door opened and she was looking at the cat. I told her at the time, I was like saying I'm on my way. It's very funny. You're like 2 feet away.
We are so late for a break.
Yeah.
But you had me with, I could throw a can in there. What a strange object.
Why are you throwing cans, bro?
To pick.
She's like 4 feet away when I'm sitting in my recliner. She's like, she's like literally
close enough to throw a knitted puppet in there. So
I also love the he's like implying that she's being like unreasonable and lazy by not wanting to get
Come
up.
look at the cat.
But he's laying in his recline. Like you could have gotten up and like opened to the door yourself and been like, hey, just poke your head around.
And what did you say the cat was doing?
Like coughing, like doing like a little thing.
Okay.
And I wanted to make sure the cat was fine. And she's a veterinary professional, so I was like, come take a look at this.
Okay.
Here's Dave Murray's weather forecast.
Steam it up on this Monday afternoon. Sunny skies, hot and humid. We should peak at about 98 degrees, well short of the record of 105. Tonight, clear skies, hazy, very warm, very humid. 79 for the overnight low. Tuesday, sunny, hot and humid, 96. The record 104 on Tuesday. Tuesday night, partly cloudy, warm and humid, 79. Still hot and humid on Wednesday, 95. Maybe an isolated thunderstorm, but a better chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms Thursday and Friday. And in turn, it's cooler in the 80s. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Brought to you by USPS Ground Advantage.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast.
Pump up the volume.
When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Tell you guys about Dr. Kathy Maupin, and I got a text from her bright and early this morning letting me know that tomorrow is her 24th anniversary with BioBalance Health. So I invited her to come in on the show. She'll be here in person tomorrow in the 4 p.m. hour. But congratulations to Dr. Maupin and Dr. Rachel Sullivan and Sonny and Stacy and Sarah and everyone at Bio. They're just all great. And they've done such great things for thousands and probably tens of thousands of people over 24 years. If you are new to the show, or if you're new to thinking maybe your testosterone is waning, it's a blood test. It's not the most fun you're going to have, but for most of you out there, you're not afraid of blood tests the way I am. We'll arrange the whole thing. Get a blood test. It's not a bait and switch. It's not suckering you in. It's not one of these things where every single person will look at that. You need testosterone, and that's what I sell. She's a medical doctor. She's very ethical. She'll tell you exactly what she thinks is going on, and you make your decisions from there. Right across the parking lot, BioBalance Skin, where they can do Botox and chemical peels and all sorts of things to make your face look younger without making it look weird or anything permanent. BioBalanceHealth.com.
Your drive home has a soundtrack. For Cardinals fans, it's Redbird Rush Hour.
Matt Pauley is at Busch Stadium. I'm Kevin Wheeler, and our KMOX studio is getting ready for Cards. And
Kevin Wheeler, Matt Pauley, and Bernie Nicholas deliver the perfect mix of Cardinals conversation, baseball insight, local news, and traffic to get you home and get you ready for the game.
a swing, and there's a
Redbird Rush Hour, weekdays at 5 on your home of the Cardinals. 104.1 FM, KMOX.
and Doug.
Hot dog! Get your hot dog!
Customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
Hey, what are you doing?
I like your method. Direct, to the point. A little loud, but
Listen, people don't buy car insurance the same way they do hot dogs.
not yet. But both are customizable.
Popcorn! Get your popcorn!
Hey, this is a hot dog area.
And customize and save area. Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local agent.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Guys, Kevin Wheeler here. Look, if you feel like sometimes you're bumping up against a wall when it comes to like fitness goals, whether it's losing weight, getting in the gym more or whatever, and you feel like I just don't have the extra, go to Supplement Superstores. Ask them about Burn Balance Complex. Now, it does a lot of things. Number one thing it does is it gets your metabolism working at the level that it's supposed to, right? Most people are operating somewhere below optimal levels. Well, that slows down your weight loss. That slows down the burning of fat. Well, that is what Burn Balance Complex changes. And it's a natural weight loss option, too. So if you're not about prescriptions, if you don't want to get injections for any reason, this is a great natural option for you. And what it will do is show you results pretty early on, right? You're a couple weeks in, 3 weeks in, you're going to start to feel the difference with the way your clothes sit, with the way that you move around. And of course, that positive reinforcement keeps you on the plan. On top of that metabolism boost, you get all day focused energy that doesn't come with a crash at the end of the day. You get appetite and craving control. And really, for me, that's kind of the big thing. You don't walk by something on the counter and feel the need to take it because your body is regulating your kind of impulses there. Plus, you get slower stress, lower cortisol levels, which can help with sleep and your mood. Look, it's not magic. You need to do the work. You need to be on a plan. But to me, Burn Balance Complex is the thing that keeps me on the plan. It'll do the same thing for you. So get out to Supplement Superstores, tell them what your goals are, tell them you heard about the Burn Balance Complex on KMOX with Kevin Wheeler. They'll knock 30% off right then and there. Just find your location at supplementsuperstores.com. Homeowners, I know a lot of you are worried about one thing when it comes to selling, and that's leaving money on the table. Hey, this is Kevin Wheeler. I'm here with Gloria Liu with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. So, Gloria, how do you help sellers make sure that they get top dollar?
The reality is, most homes don't sell for what they should. I see it happen all the time. They either price it wrong or they don't create enough demand. But with over 2,400 buyers in my buyers in waiting database and my exclusive pricing strategy, I'm able to offer my seller a 100% market value guarantee. And if I can't get you 100% of your home's market value, I'll pay you the difference. So you don't have to wonder if you left money on the table. You can sell with confidence, knowing you maximize your sale.
Make sure you get every dollar for your home. That's why you call St. Louis real estate expert Gloria Liu at 314-325-6888 or visit gloriahasthebuyers.com. That's gloriahasthebuyers.com. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession.
Get inside your Redbirds in the 2026 season every Tuesday at noon. It's All Access with Cardinals manager Ollie Marmol on your voice of the Cardinals, KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS on KMOX 136. What do we got today? We have Bernie Nicholas coming up. Art Holiday, good friend of the show, is on with one of his partners talking about this project they've been doing for years and years now about Johnny Johnson. Always great to check in with Art. Good Sweet 16 today. If Skip doesn't like it, I'm just going to quit. I'm just going to quit. I'm going to go sell cars for Bommarito. So how about that? The Sweet 16 of best sauces and condiments. And Andrew, give the folks out there in Radio Land a picture of just how hard you and I work even on a Sunday.
We were going back and forth for a few hours, I would say, about like, okay, do we want to include like seasonings and spices and kind of make it an all-encompassing thing? And then we thought, well, no, seasonings and spicings could probably be their own in the future.
This crap doesn't just happen.
And then also there was the question of condiments versus sauces. So, like, do we do condiments today,
I get you.
sauces in the future? And what we eventually landed on is that it would be too hard to define what is a condiment versus what is a sauce.
Aren't all condiments sauces?
Well, that's
not all sauces are condiments, but I think all condiments are sauces.
We leave you out of these discussions
because it's too complicating. I know.
Just
I'm sorry.
Count yourself lucky.
I'm sorry.
Too many cooks in the kitchen, literally talking about condiments.
Too
and
deep a
sauces.
thought for this topic.
But that is essentially where
for
we kind of
example-
landed.
For example, cocktail sauce. Sauce is in the name.
Right.
But to me, it's more of a condiment.
Yeah.
So we just said, let's just blow it out, and we'll do them both.
Cool.
So
nice.
So that'll be fun.
And I think that's the right decision.
I have a couple of parenting issues / stories. The first one is, and it was a really interesting article. They're kind of blaming this on modern day younger therapists. I'm not sure if that's fair or not, but this article was saying that there's a new wave in therapy that when people have issues with their parents, and who doesn't, to be much quicker to cut them off and to cut them out of your life. You don't owe them being in their life. And certainly there are issues, and then there are issues. There's abuse and alcoholism and all sorts of things that are very toxic. Then there's just you didn't quite get along, and maybe it was partially your fault. So my upbringing, and I keep flirting with this, was bad enough. I probably could have cut my parents off. But I made a very specific decision not to. And to not just not cut them off, but be there for them always and in their old age, right up until the time they both died. Part of that was for them, and a lot of it was for me. I made that choice for me. I'd rather do this than do that. But, when I was growing up, that wasn't even like a thing. But today, it seems that people are choosing that more and more. And a lot of therapists are suggesting that, like, hey, don't be afraid just to cut them out of your life. What do you guys think? How's it hit you?
I mean, I think it's undoubtable that therapists do that more. I think more people are getting therapy now than they ever have.
Good point. I say, yeah, that's a pretty good observation.
And your I think sometimes we live under this delusion that therapists always know what's best and are always going to know the right thing. They don't. They're humans just like us. And sometimes they're going to maybe bring their own thing into the equation. They're going to maybe give advice because they don't fully understand your situation. Maybe you haven't been fully upfront with what's going on. They're only getting information from you.
Yep.
And from what I understand, your therapist's job is to protect you. It's not really to work things out with the rest of your family unless you're doing family therapy. So it's not surprising to me that it is an option for a lot of people. Like, just get rid of them. If it's toxic and you don't like it, you can walk away. And that is true, but I think sometimes I think sometimes people are making that decision to walk away fully without fully weighing it out. Or because they're getting that professional validation or validation from their friends, they're like, oh, it's fine. And then maybe they'll regret it later. But yeah, I think it's, you can do whatever you want with your life, right?
Yes.
But I think sometimes we are a little too quick to be like, it's all about you. You never have to make a sacrifice. If you don't want to be uncomfortable, you don't have to be uncomfortable. That is kind of a relatively new thing in our culture.
Yeah.
And while that is true, you're going to sacrifice things into pursuit of never being uncomfortable. And some of that is your only family connection.
Yeah. And like I said, there's uncomfortable and there's uncomfortable. But one thing I have found in life in general, not just parents, is if you have a close, true, meaningful relationship with someone, whether it's me and Andrew, me and my mom, me and Phoebe, it's going to be uncomfortable at times. It just is.
Mm-hmm.
Life is super messy. People are messy.
How much do you think of this phenomenon growing is politics? Because I feel like it's a lot of it.
How so?
Well, I mean, just because it's everything now.
Like if you don't agree with your parents' politics, if you're a liberal
and everybody,
your parents are conservatives.
And everybody is so immersed in politics now compared to 30 years ago, whatever. I wonder if that is one of those reasons why it's increasing. Because while we were talking about this, I looked this up. There are some psychologists that are suggesting like a third of American adults are estranged from their parents.
That's insane.
38% was the number
crazy.
that they used.
Damn.
Now, I don't know if that's official, but it's from a YouGov survey in 2025. So it's that they're estranged from at least one family member. So siblings, children, grandparents, parents, whatever. So it's not just parents and adult, but it's all of those things. Because there are absolutely reasons why you should cut people off, right? I mean, we can all think of the reasons. But if it's just because you annoy each other or you disagree on politics or whatever, you can work on that.
Well, and there's also a difference between, hey, I don't give you everything you want just because you want. I'm not living my life according to your terms.
Right.
There's a difference between that and I have no contact with my family. We never speak. Christmas goes by and we don't even send each other a text message. Like that is crazy. That should be like your last resort. You have no other choice for like your safety. But I think people are just much more, I think we're more empowered to make the choice to cut off anything that makes us uncomfortable. And that's somewhat a good thing. But I also think, like many things, it can get out of hand. And then it's like, we're all just hey, honey, no, you do what makes you feel good. Well, I've learned in my life that what makes me feel good isn't always what's best for me in the long term.
Yep.
I made a lot of choices when I was younger to feel good that I wish I would have went in a different way because that good feeling didn't last. And I just hate to see people like permanently cutting ties with blood or with adopted family, whatever it is going on.
Yeah.
Permanently cutting ties because, hey, everybody says it's okay. I don't have to do it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, technically you don't have to, but long term, you might regret that.
I don't disagree. I have a section of my family that I have completely separate. Not my immediate family. I absolutely love my immediate family. I talked to my brother for 2 hours on the phone last night. I had dinner with my father. I love them very much. But some members of the extended family I have completely separated for. And it was a very difficult decision. It took many, many years of coming to peace with me. It was not like... And a lot of the people that I tell about this have not been terribly supportive about it. They have not been like, oh, no, you should do... And I appreciate that pushback. I appreciate the pushback that's like, are you sure that you're making the right decision by doing something like this?
Well, then, Andrew, if any of these people were to come to you and be like, hey, I want to make things right, let's have a conversation, would you be open to a conversation?
I'd be open to it. I probably wouldn't be interested in letting them back in, but I'd be more than happy to hear them out, and I would be more than happy to, I think what I would say is like, I accept your apology fully and I forgive you fully, but I'm still not terribly interested in having that relationship with you. But that can still be in a healthier place.
Yeah.
And also, for all I know, that's not how I would feel. For all I know, they'd come to me and we'd talk it out and I'd feel much better about it and I'd be willing to let them back in. You know what I mean? You don't actually know how you're going to feel about these things until they happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do think there's a difference between anything that goes beyond parent, child, brother, sister. Like, I think that is different than cousins, even grandparents, because there's a separation. That's a different layer outside that core.
Yeah.
It's when it's inside that circle where I think it's gotten a little bit too quick to go that route. But again, there are cases where it's okay. But don't you guys read, like, every person has had to set some kind of boundary with their parents?
Of course.
Of course.
Like I think that's just
part
normal.
of growing up.
Right.
Yeah.
That's just growing
life.
up. Yeah.
And then your kids are going to do it to you. And that's normal. That we don't need to be avoiding. That's okay.
Do you think the lines are getting blurred? Like the lines are getting blurred between I need to set a boundary with my parents as I get older, as everyone does, versus like I don't know really even what a boundary is in my life, and therefore I'm cutting them off entirely and I'm separating myself from them fully.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's right where we are. We're blurred.
Mm.
It's 1:47. This time check is brought to you by Paramount Men's Medical Center.
Listen up. If you have not paid self-employment, business, or individual taxes in years, the IRS will find you. Hi, this is Lance Drury with the Lance Drury Law Firm. I offer real solutions. If you have unfiled returns, unpaid taxes, levies, or liens, call me, Lance Drury, today and let me get between you and the IRS. I'll protect your rights, including your right to appeal or even your right to take the IRS to tax court. At the Lance Drury Law Firm, our practice is focused 100% on fighting the IRS. Remember, IRS problems are legal problems, and they need to be handled by an expert attorney who's done it for decades. So call the Lance Drury Law Firm today. We're local. Our office is right here in St. Louis. Call 314-260-6120 or visit LanceDruryLaw.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
St. Louis, are you ready to rock? AC/DC is bringing the Power Up Tour to the Dome at America Center Tuesday, September 8th. Hear legendary hits like Back in Black, Thunderstruck, and Highway to Hell, performed live by one of the greatest rock bands of all time. Don't wait on tickets. They're still available at Ticketmaster.com. AC/DC, the Power Up Tour, Tuesday, September 8th. For more information, go to KMOX.com/events.
Muni in Forest Park. Shakespeare meets showbiz in the Muni debut of Something Rotten, a hilarious mashup that closes out the summer on stage August 17th through 23rd. Your seats are waiting at muni.org.
Oh, hey, Sarah. Did you hear my daughter Katie got Camper of the Week?
That's a big deal.
We got a big deal too, right, Mom?
Honey, shh.
What's that?
Okay, that Hyundai Santa Fe, I only paid.
Nice.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days, or 1.9% APR for 72 months on the Hyundai Tucson, Tucson Plug-in Hybrid, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Offers end September 8th. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
When you want a brand new kitchen, there's nothing to it. There's a brand new way to do it. 3-day kitchen and bath. It's all about time.
Save time and money.
Do it now, don't wait till later. Call the top-notch renovator. It's about time.
3 days or less.
At 3-day kitchen and bath.
Summer is here. Time to enjoy baseball, barbecues, and the shade of your trees. When it comes to tree care, call the certified arborist at Gamma Tree Experts. Hi, I'm Tim Gamma. Protect your valuable trees from storm damage or devastating insects such as the emerald ash borer. Knowledge and quality are hallmarks of our reputation. For pruning, spraying, fertilization, or removals, call Gamma Tree Experts today at 314-725-6159 or visit us at gammatree.com. Your trees deserve the best care.
For over 25 years, Styles Clothing Company has been serving the St. Louis community, and they're just getting started. They offer custom screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items for sports teams, schools, businesses, family reunions, and special events. Quality products and service guaranteed. Styles Clothing Company would like to thank all of its customers. Call now and mention you heard this commercial on this station for 15% off for the month of August. Styles Clothing Company. Call 314-831-6559 or go to stylesclothing.com.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS and KMOX. So I said I had 2 parenting things for you. The second one is I read with great interest an article over the weekend about platonic parenting, that more and more people of childbearing years, not people like me, people like Rach and you know Nick's age, that they fear the committed romantic relationship. They just feel like everyone gets divorced, so why even go down that road? But they want a child, and they like this person. Wheels, you're a good buddy of mine. I think we'd be great parents together, like Patrick and SpongeBob. And so they have children together, I mean, a lot of people have children without getting married. That's been a thing forever. But this is like, we have no intention of sharing a bed, having sex, being a couple. I like you, you like me, you're solid, I'm solid, let's have a baby.
I guess whatever works for you, right? If everybody involved is happy with the arrangement. But I don't know. I mean, I think it's an interesting question, right? Because the older way is the norm because it's been around for, it's the way it used to be. But think about how many marriages and how many children in the history of the world had nothing to do with the parents loving each other. Arranged marriages were a thing for thousands. They still are in some parts of the world, right? But for thousands of years, you didn't even have a choice who you were going to marry. I just hope you get along, have some kids. That's your job. So I'm not saying it's good, but if somebody's choosing that as opposed to just seeking that spark, if you will, or whatever, I don't think it's automatically a problem. I think it can be, but I don't think it's automatically bad.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would rather someone do that and like very intentionally plan a child rather than like say using a child to save a relationship or something like that. That being said, I like to be pretty careful talking about this kind of stuff because once a child is in the world, like there's nothing that can be done about it. Like there's a baby here.
Yeah.
One thing that really gets under my skin is when people get super judgmental about a situation with a child. It's like, well, all that matters is taking care of the child at this point, making sure the child is safe and loved. You can have your opinions on like whether you ever should have been together or what, blah, 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 but the child is here.
Yep.
So just make sure that baby is safe and taken care of and knows they're loved and figure out the rest from there, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's not my monkey, not my circus, but I would much rather see two young people who are solid and committed and want this to have a child together than a couple who are married in the church and they have all the trappings, but they're miserable and they're not good to the child.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think if the old school way is what you know and you think that new way is weird, okay, but that doesn't mean it's not good. It's all about the commitment to the kid and all about their commitment to like, hey, if you're friends, would you like to live with your friend? I mean, I get it. I don't think that it's an automatic. Nothing's automatically good or bad because, as you pointed out at the beginning in setting this up, one of the reasons people are doing that is they've seen the people that have their marriages fall apart. It's their parents or their brother or sister or their friends, and they just don't want that. But they want the child, they want the home, they want that.
Yeah,
I get it. I'm not. Again, it's not an automatic one way or the other. It's not automatically better. It's got its own challenges, but it's also not automatically a terrible thing.
Yeah. Tell you guys about Universal Windows Direct, and I owe it to you and them to keep my live endorsement simple because that's the primary reason I took them on as a client and chose them over a couple of other window companies because the other ones, quite frankly, seemed like ass clowns, and I didn't want to hook you up with them. Universal seems like grown-ups who really care that their customers are taken care of. They did their level best to design the best window they possibly could. They manufacture it under, the strictest guidelines. And then they promise you, hey, look, if we messed up and there's something wrong with this window, we're going to replace it. No cost to you for the rest of the time you have this window. In fact, if you have it for 20 years and you decide to sell the house, you want to give a 20-year warranty to the people who buy it. We'll do the same thing for them. That's how confident they are in their product. They always offer you a DGS deal. Right now, it's buy 4 windows, get 4 windows for free. To make it even easier, you'll get 48 months of 0% interest financing, same as cash. 314-334-2522, universalwindowsdirect.com.
I'm not one to say I told you so, but I switched to Pure Talk over a year ago, and ever since, I've been telling people there's no better wireless company out there. Well, a few months ago, a massive survey was conducted. 123,000 people were asked to rate their wireless carrier in 4 categories: coverage, support, data, and overall value. Well, the results are in. Guess which wireless company was the only wireless company to get 5 stars in every category? Yeah, Pure Talk. 5 stars every category. To celebrate, Pure Talk is offering the first 3 months of any plan for just $15 a month, including their top-tier unlimited plan. No contract, no commitment, just a very inexpensive way to test drive the only American wireless company with 5 stars in every category. Just dial pound 250, say micro, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service will take it from there. Again, pound 250 micro. And yes, I told you so.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for buying gas. That's right. You can earn cash back with Upside just for buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside, and just last year, I made nearly $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get cash back? If you like extra cash, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back when you fill your tank. Use promo code FRESH to get an extra 35 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FRESH for a 35 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FRESH for a 35 cents per gallon bonus.
Tomorrow, some of us will wake up and it will be our last day on this earth. It will be unexpected and without warning. Each year, 250,000 people will die from medical malpractice, the third leading cause of death in America. 43,000 will die in a car or truck crash. 6,000 will die working on the job. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan, and we represent many of these families. It's awful. Unfortunately, many times some of these family members are not speaking and never get to say, I'm sorry or goodbye. If you're at odds with a loved one, listen closely. Pick up the phone. Call them. Say you're sorry. I promise a huge burden will be lifted from your heart and your soul will be renewed. Even if you're not wrong in your own mind, it doesn't matter. Death is bad enough. Death without closure and love will follow you the rest of your days. Trust me on this. Morgan & Morgan. Injured? Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
The Dave Glover Show, now on FM 104.1 FM KMOX. Celebrating 100 years of informing and entertaining. KMOX AM St. Louis, KMOX FM Hazelwood, the voice of St. Louis.
At 2 o'clock, we have clouds, 89 degrees, feels like 98 downtown at the Arch. I'm Maria Kina. Our top story, a powerful 7.4 magnitude earthquake has struck western Colombia, killing at least 111 people and damaging hundreds of buildings. Colombia's president has declared an emergency to expedite funding for recovery. President Trump is scoffing at Iran's demands that the United States pay the devastation caused by 5 months of war. A spokesperson for Iran's foreign ministry stressed that reopening the Strait of Hormuz is tied to the reparations from America and other concessions. Mr. Trump responded on social media, saying that now the demands that Iran are making, he's making, they want to pay, the president wants Iran to pay for hundreds of American troops that have been killed and wounded by the Iran-backed militants over several decades. Taylor Farms now pulling more than a dozen products with jalapeno peppers from grocery store shelves across the country. The latest recall due to a salmonella outbreak that has sickened hundreds of people in 27 states.
If you feel like your symptoms are persistent and they're lasting longer than a week or two, you should certainly talk to a provider, because for cyclosporiasis, antibiotics are provided, whereas for salmonella, it's typically rest and hydration.
The ag giant already linked to the record cyclosporiasis outbreak, and ABC News medical correspondent Dr. Darian Sutton adds those symptoms can last and for a pretty long time and even recur. St. Louis County residents get their first chance today to weigh in on the rules for a massive data center. The county's planning commission is holding a hearing at 4 o'clock on a proposal that would keep large data centers at least 300 feet away from homes, schools, and parks. Now, the rules would also force developers to build soundproof walls around loud cooling equipment. And the proposed $16 billion data center in Pacific is dead. According to the mayor, the Atlanta-based developer withdrew its application. This comes just days after Pacific passed a one-year moratorium to give the city time to do land and use studies and get more community input. A 25-year-old mother now facing charges following a false Amber Alert.
It started a little after 10:30 Sunday night when a mother reported that a Dodge Charger had been stolen with her 1-year-old inside. Once the Amber Alert was issued, the driver of the Dodge Charger called 911 and reported there was no child inside the vehicle and that he intended to surrender. The Charger was found near Highway 370 and North 3rd Street in St. Charles shortly after. Upon questioning the driver, police learned the child was never inside the vehicle and it was not stolen as the mother did not own the vehicle. The SLMPD says the mother had been using drugs and was experiencing substance abuse issues when she made the report. Around 2:30 a.m. this morning, officers confirmed the child was safe in the Lincoln County area. Jade Aubrey, KMOX News.
Details on the world-famous Italian pasta maker is putting its first U.S. manufacturing operation in the St. Louis area. St. Charles Mayor Dan Borgmeyer says that Bretagne, 1882's global reputation, makes the announcement especially noteworthy for the entire state.
One thing about Missouri, we're right in the middle. So we've got north, south, east, and west are easily transportation ports to head all over the United States and actually all of North America. My understanding is much of their national and international distribution is going to take place out of this St. Charles plant.
A check of the Dow from Stiefel at this hour. It is down 157 points. 96. That's almost 158 points to 53,878. And a check of traffic at this hour. Looks like right now there's some issues on 270 for southbound 270 drivers right there at the Manchester exit. They have an earlier accident. It looks like that ramp might actually still be closed. That's been out there for quite a while now, so try to avoid that area if you can because there's a slight traffic backup. The extreme heat warning continues through Wednesday at 8 o'clock. We get the latest on our forecast from Dave Murray.
It is summer in the city, sunny skies, hot and humid all afternoon. We should peak at about 98 degrees. The record is 105 from 1934, so not even close to record heat. Tonight, clear, very warm, very humid, 79 for the low. The city only dropping back to about 82, 83 degrees. Tuesday, sunny, hot and humid again. 96 will do it for the high on Tuesday. Tuesday night, partly cloudy, warm and humid, 79 degrees. Still hot and humid on Wednesday with a isolated thunderstorm possible, but 95 on Wednesday. I still like mid-80s in here with scattered showers and thunderstorms Thursday and Friday. So a little bit of hope on the horizon. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Clouds right now, that's kept the temperature down a little bit. It is 89 degrees in St. Peter's, 89 in Florissant, 89 downtown at the Arch, and it feels like 98. I'm Maria Kina, KMOX News.
Brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Why pay full insurance when you can customize and save? Switch to Liberty Mutual and they'll customize your auto and home insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, DGS. Can I just say one thing? I am so effing ugly right now. Oh my God.
Get out of town.
No.
You look good.
No,
I like this shirt.
No. Hear me out. I just went in the bathroom to take a look at my bandage over my boil or whatever the hell it was. And I also have a cold sore. And I'm just like, what the F is going? Like, what? It's just, I'm molting. It's just a bad, I need to glow up for my gig this weekend.
Counterpoint.
All right.
Colors of your shirt, extremely complementary to your skin tone and the colors of your tattoos. It's a good look.
I love when you hit on me.
I think you actually look quite nice today.
Okay, your turn, Rach.
All I can say is when it rains, it pours with that type of thing.
See, that's an honest
No,
answer.
but I get the same thing. It's like I will have I'll have all of my ailments at the same time.
Mhm.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, we can space this out a little bit.
Yeah, right.
What's going on? That being said, you look good. You don't like. I don't think anyone walking down the street would be like, "What is up with that guy?" You look just fine.
Handing me money.
Just walking
Yeah.
by. Damn, dude.
Especially with your headphones on, it mostly covers your bandage too.
Yeah, too bad I can't wear these at restaurants and stuff.
I mean, you could, but might raise some questions.
For some reason, we love talking about airports and when things go wrong. Did you hear this latest story about the kid?
Yes.
You want to tell it? You know it
I don't
that
think
well?
I do.
So, an airline was forced to cancel their flight after a child was standing in their seat and refused to secure their seatbelt. This was Porter Airlines, and this all happened in Canada.
Went on for an hour.
Well, apparently where's the quote here? The attempts by the accompanying parent and crew to address this were unsuccessful. So you have a little toddler who won't sit on their butt and get buckled into their seat.
Yeah.
And the parent that was with them, because I don't think this little guy was traveling by himself, the parent that was with them and the flight crew couldn't just be like, no, sit down.
Couldn't solve it.
Couldn't solve it. They said, well, honey, I guess we're just not going to take the flight today. So this happened at a certain time of night. They had to get the child and their parents and their luggage off the plane, right? Well, by the time they had to get all that done, by the time that was said and done, they weren't able to report to take off because the runway closes at 12:30 a.m. So everyone on that flight had to get on a flight the next day.
Yeah.
So,
because honey, it's time to fly on the plane now, sweetie.
how long did they do this?
An hour.
Here's my problem.
And the parent didn't just get up and take the kid off the plane so everyone else could go?
Honey, I'll get
You
you an
suck
extra
as a parent,
Biscoff
man.
cookie if you sit down right now.
Also, you're going to sit.
I couldn't see how old the kid was. Like
Yeah, they're not going
It
to
was
show
a
pictures.
toddler.
Yeah.
It was a toddler.
a toddler.
Yeah.
My problem, here's what's wrong with me, is that I absolutely believe that there's never any reason why you should ever lay hands on a child, especially a toddler. But also, I reject this premise. I reject that
Yes.
you cannot get the child
Agreed. You grab
to
their
sit
feet,
down.
and then their butt sits
You
on the thing,
sit
and
the
then
child
you buckle
down,
him in.
you put the buckle on him.
Yeah, I mean, I get like the whole the laying hands. I assume you mean like spanking or striking the child.
Correct.
When there is a little baby, like or a toddler, or
You
a
can
5-year-old,
manipulate the toddler's body.
You have
Yes.
to physically move them
Yes.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen?
If everyone just said like, "Honey, are you ready to go?" No one would ever
No.
get anything done.
Time for
you
school.
cannot let
Takes
the
an hour to put their shoes on.
2-year-old
Yeah.
run the show. But so many people do it.
Yeah.
So many people are like, "Well, you're making everyone on the flight very sad that you won't sit down." It's like he doesn't care. He's a little baby.
Yeah.
Take him
You can't
and make
reason
him sit
with a
down.
toddler.
You have to. It's your fault that he's not sitting
It's
down,
100%
because
the
you
parent's
can
fault.
sit him down,
Yeah.
and strap him in. And so when I say I reject this premise, I reject the premise that I would
yeah.
not be, somebody at least would not be throttling this parent and going, pick the kid up, put his butt into the seat, and strap him in. You're in charge of this situation. He's not in charge,
That's
or
right.
she.
I actually had something happen at Reagan Airport 2 weeks ago, and I was reluctant to bring it up because they were flying to St. Louis, and they landed and got out at Lambert.
Go get them.
I'm doing it anyway.
Get him.
There was a woman flying with her 2 children. Little boy was probably 6. Little girl couldn't have been more than 4.
I hate him already.
And the seat order at the gate was the mom, then the little girl, then the little boy. And the little girl won't stop messing with, I assume, her big brother. She won't stop touching him. She won't stop bothering him. And the mom just keeps yelling at her and telling her to stop. Keep your hands to yourself. Stop. And Dave, I swear to you, I had to stop myself from saying, you should sit between them.
Yes.
Because that's the logical thing, right? You have 2 children that won't stop touching each other. What do you do in a classroom? You move the kids apart. You remove them from the problem.
Yep.
You should sit between them. But I stopped myself from saying that because I'm not the kid's parent. She's obviously been their parent for years. And I don't think it would have went over very well if I would have given any advice. So I stopped myself. The little kids continue to tussle. This little girl ends up knocking over her mom's roller suitcase that had a toad on top of it. It had a bunch of cookies and stuff, and that flies all over the floor. And it falls onto a woman sitting across from them at the gate. And the mom just continues to yell at the little girl. The first move was not to clean it up and get it away from this poor woman who's just sitting there witnessing it. The first move was just to keep yelling at and scolding the kid.
What flavor of yelling?
Like, look what happens. Look what happens when you don't listen to me and you won't calm down. Now it's all over the floor. And so the woman sitting across from them ends up silently cleaning it up. And she said to the woman, she goes, yeah, it seems like you got a lot on your plate right now. And the mom keeps yelling at the little girl. She goes, do you want to sit in the back of the plane? Because that's what's gonna happen. We're going to put you in the back of the plane while we sit in the front. Because that's what happens. And this guy is sitting behind them. And he turns around and goes, yeah, they're going to leave you at the airport. He goes, that's what happens when you're really bad. You get left behind. You don't get to go home.
Damn.
The little girl bursts into tears and then is crying the whole time until it's time to board because she's just been threatened with like abandonment.
By a stranger who is yes-anding.
Yeah, like it was really funny because I think the mom finally realized like, okay.
Your kids are annoying everyone else. Yes.
Okay, now everyone's getting involved.
Right, but then she really had no leg to stand on if she was going to be like, hey, don't talk to my kid like that. Because it's like, you've already ratcheted it up to this point.
Yeah.
Where like everyone's stressed. Everyone feels like they're involved now. This random man now feels empowered to threaten your kid with like a totally different life.
Yeah.
You're never leaving DC.
You're going to be adopted.
It was just crazy.
Okay, I'll pile on.
Do it.
When we were somewhere on one of our trips, like, we weren't where we were going. We were at a layover, waiting to fly back from Florida or something. And there was this family. First of all, they're so hateable. I'm sorry, but they're so hateable. They're just total swamp goats. All of them, they look like their head looked like a basketball with a tiny face stamped in the middle. They just weren't right. And there was this one kid that had found a loose piece of fabric in the carpet, and he started pulling at it. And, the mother's like, Sanchez, I told you, and he just kept doing it to the point that it's like 8 feet long. Like the carpet's coming apart, and all of us are just watching like, I'm not sure where this is going to end. And they just they never resolved it. They never stopped him from doing that.
Some say he's still pulling that carpet to this day.
Okay. So important, relevant addition to this.
All right.
What's the rule? Because I haven't flown much. What's the rule for annoying adults? Like really obnoxious, difficult adults on an airplane. Are you supposed to say something to them? Are you supposed to just ignore them because you're all in a metal tube?
I think
in
that
the
one.
sky for 6 hours or whatever.
Yeah, I was recently at a pretty nice restaurant, and there's always that guy or that lady.
Yeah.
But this guy, oh man, when I tell you I made a killing on Bitcoin, it was the whole time. And it's a pretty loudish restaurant. Everyone's talking, but you could absolutely hear every
him
word
above
he
it.
said.
I'm sorry, that was me.
Flying back from.
Are you
flying
like
back
that?
from?
Can you not control your volume?
I do sometimes forget, but mostly no.
Yeah, we've been to places with you.
Yeah, there
where
are
you
times.
went,
There are times where I'll get the Susan hey, inside voice. I'm like, sorry.
It happens to me too.
Yeah.
But I was flying back from Portland, and I was in front of a extremely hungover bachelorette party attendee, and this person was so annoying. She just kept.
You should have let her have it with
She
those flatulence.
just kept screaming. Yeah, I know. You saw the message. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you remembered the thing because Brian says, "Shut up, Brian." Anyway.
My favorite thing about Andrew is he will tell a legendary story about not being able to stop farting on a plane.
And then be mad when somebody brings it up.
We dare
Stop
to
it.
remember.
Don't bring it up.
He's like, oh, you're such a loser.
I
You're still
chose to
thinking about
share
that?
this, but you're not allowed to remember it.
Only when it
told you that.
Only when it derails a future story.
I can't believe you were still thinking about that story where I was farting the whole flight.
And I will say, when I flew, when I flew last year, it was the first time I had flown since that happened in like a decade, and I was so scared it was going to happen again because I was like,
just a plane issue.
because I was like, maybe it's just me in the air.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know what the problem was last time. Hasn't happened again since, which is great. Because let me tell you, I was a little nervous.
Dave,
Okay.
so your question.
Wait.
Doesn't
Andrew,
it-
I,
Right.
we cut off Andrew's story.
No, it was just she was just like the whole time she's like, "Ooh, I need a sandwich. I am hungry. What do they bring around the water? Oh, I'm still drunk, so I need some water. I brought water, but I don't think it's gonna be enough." And she like top of her lungs, just like hollering this, and the person next to her is doing that thing that you kind of do in that situation. Clearly they weren't like together. They weren't like,
Right.
flying together.
Yeah.
And they were just like, sandwich.
That's where you throw the headphones on and turn your music up.
And she had like some food with her, and she was like, "This is gonna be stinky, but I don't care. I guess everyone's just gonna have to deal with it." And I'm like, "Whoa." And I
You
guess
should have told her you're going to leave her at the airport. That seemed to be
You're
very
right,
effective.
Yeah. I should have turned around and been like, "Bad girls get left at the airport."
This has been like a year or more, and we've talked about it. But I hit my TikTok again, and I was infuriated all over again. My least favorite person on a plane was the lady who announced to everyone before they took off that she had just been nominated for her first Grammy in the gospel realm. And everyone's like, "Oh, hey, good for you. I would have too. Good for you. Grammy, it's a big deal." And she's like, "Yeah, so I love Jesus. Nobody love him like I do." And everyone's like, "Okay, it's a nice little taste."
Wait, she just stood up and announced that?
Yes. And she
that's a problem.
You need to Google it. And she literally wouldn't stop. And like, I think the captain had to come back. And he's like, "Ma'am, we're all really excited for you and your game." And she's like, "Not as excited as the Lord." And like, she wouldn't stop. Like, what are you doing?
He should have sang back at her, "Stop it or get off the plane."
Man.
I do think that is really telling of your character when you're like, this is my they can't leave.
I know, right.
I
That's
have a
the biggest
captive
jerk move ever.
audience.
Yeah.
So that you have to listen to whatever I say.
Yeah, that gets back to that point, the question of like, how do you address people, those things? I think it's different in an airplane than it would be in a movie theater.
Yes.
In a movie theater, it's like, "Hey, shut up already."
I can leave if I need to.
In a plane, you're all kind of stuck together. You better be a little quieter.
Hey, it's Jen Hatmaker. Here's what I've learned in midlife. Joy isn't the reward you earn after all the work is done. Joy is the work. That's what this new series on For the Love is all about. The sacred yes. It's choosing delight, rest, and pleasure on purpose. Because saying yes to yourself, that's the thing that finally lets you fill your table with everybody else. Come find your sacred yes with me. Follow and listen to For the Love wherever you get your podcasts.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
If you're only good to your new friends, you're not going to have any old ones. Straight Talk gets it. That's why new and existing customers get free 5G phones on Verizon's 5G network. Pretty simple, really. You keep good people by being good people.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
Let me tell you about Dr. Corey Stoneman, orthopedic surgeon. He is fantastic. I've known him for probably 20 plus years, been representing him for about 15. And I know a bunch of other surgeons who have scrubbed in with him, and they just speak so highly. The surgical nurses, if you don't believe me, you can go Google him and look at all the WebMD stuff. Everyone just raves about him. He's also a really cool guy, which I think matters because when you're dealing with surgeons, they can have the God complex. They can be, very like monosyllabic, not make you feel warm and cozy. Corey is very friendly, very affable, very charming, especially for younger patients and older patients. They're going to feel good about what's going on. You can call him at 636-231-5881 for any orthopedic need or SoulmateOrthopedics.com.
Give the gift of a magical experience at St. Louis Union Station when you take a real train ride journey to the North Pole aboard the Polar Express. Meet Santa and experience the magic of the Polar Express story with hot chocolate, treats, music, and sing-alongs. For those that truly believe in the spirit of Christmas, head down to St. Louis Union Station this year. Book your golden ticket before they sell out at stlpolarexpressride.com.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance. And now we're customizing this ad for your morning commute to wake you up, which could help your driving. Science says that stimulating the brain increases alertness. So here's a pop quiz. How many months have 28 days? What gets wetter as it dries? What has keys but can't open locks? If you don't want to hear the answers, turn off this Liberty Mutual ad now. 12 months, a towel, piano. Enjoy being fully alert.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Soldiers Memorial Military Museum looks at American military history through the lens of St. Louis. From the Revolutionary War to the present day, the galleries showcase stories of local service members and delve into the city's wartime history. Outside, the Court of Honors includes monuments to those who lost their lives in World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Admission is free. Find information about special exhibits at mohistory.org/memorial. That's mohistory.org/memorial.
A century strong. The voice of St. Louis. KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS on KMOX. Bernie Michaelis joins us at the bottom of the hour. So, Andrew, you'd be proud of me. I finally lodged like a complaint against the DoorDasher.
Oh, really?
Yep. Gave him a really bad score, and they said, like, oh, was there an issue? And so I described it.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't hear anything back. Actually, they offered me $10 in DoorDash credits.
Yeah, take it.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
But I never saw the person. I have no idea who they were, what they looked like, anything. But the second I got like 3 bags from like Walgreens. Had it been food, I would have thrown it out immediately, which tells you something because I ate a taco a kid threw up on. But the minute I brought it into the house, it reeked of cigarette smoke. And that's happened a couple times before, but not very often. But I guess I was in a bad mood. And I'm just like, how dare you?
Yeah.
Like, come on, dude.
Yeah, it's tricky because, like, they're allowed to smoke in their car or whatever, but it's definitely a very rude thing to do, to, like, infect someone's food or groceries or whatever with, really thick cigarette smoke or whatever. Like, roll the window down or something.
I wouldn't take your food and go into a closet and light up.
Yeah.
Be kind of weird if I did.
I feel like people who smoke don't realize how big of a deal it is for the people who don't smoke. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think
like they're
that's
used to it, and it's like, this is just the way my car smells, and I would never notice because this is the way it is all the time. But if you aren't around that, then it is quite it is quite unpleasant, especially when you're ordering something to now bring into your home.
Right. Yeah.
Hopefully they share that with them, because I've seen a couple of instances where, like, so you give someone like a bad review and you say, like, yeah, it reeked of cigarette smoke. It was terrible. They don't share those, like, reasons with the people.
Yeah.
So he has, like, no idea why you gave him a bad review, and then he can't, like, because maybe if they said to him, like, hey, we've gotten complaints about your cigarette smoke, then he could go, like, oh, geez, I don't even smell it anymore. I don't even notice it. I've been smoking for 40 years or whatever it is.
All right. Right.
What other smell would that be acceptable with?
I mean, I would say there's none, right?
Well,
like,
this
is
my point. Like,
stinky smell that you should be.
That
delivering
should be a
stuff
consideration. Like when you're doing deliveries, like, Because if it was another kind of smell, you would be pissed if somebody brought your stuff smelling like that.
Yeah, if it was like a weed smell or if it was...
anything. I mean, animal smell. Like, if you are bothered by something else, you shouldn't be like, well, but my smell's fine.
I think you get an animal smell on your stuff.
I mean, if you transport your dogs or cats in your car a lot, you could have cat hair or whatever, dog hair.
We've had a couple of people like deliver DoorDash, and I didn't give them bad reviews for it because I don't want to mess anyone up. But
don't make me feel bad
now. No. You're fine. It would be valid if I had. It was, like there would have been no regret if I had done it. But like people delivering and they're like driving DoorDashing with their dog in the car, and the dog is like laying on the food. You know what I mean? Like the dog's head is resting on the, quesadilla box or whatever, and it's like, get the dog off of the food.
Yeah.
Like that bothers me.
Yeah.
So like I think animal smell is absolutely a thing that could happen.
Okay, I need a ruling on this. Okay, this won't take long.
Okay.
I ordered from Wendy's over the weekend, and I got 2 small cheeseburgers, a baby fry, because I'm trying to lose some weight for my gig.
Nice.
And a soda. And when it showed up, there was a soda, loaded fries, like with bacon and cheese, which I didn't even know they did, and a Baconator. So they upgraded me, but it's not what I wanted to eat.
Yeah, they just gave you the wrong food. Like, they gave the guy the wrong food
bag,
to bring to you.
Yeah.
Because the guy doesn't know what's in the bag or even what's in your order.
Yeah.
So that's like that's a route Wendy's gave you gave the guy the wrong thing to bring to you.
I didn't complain. I tried to eat the Baconator, but it's not my gig. Yeah.
If you're wanting a small cheeseburger and then they bring you the Baconator, it's a bit intimidating for sure, I think.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's a bit frightening.
Can you turn that into just a plain burger?
No,
Take the bacon
it was
off.
too much of a thing.
Okay, there's just too much stuff.
I like a wet burger. This was like
so it's got mayo and
wet
okay, I
burger.
got you.
This was a slapper.
Yeah.
Can I tell everyone about Stewie's?
Yeah.
Okay, Stewie at Stewart's American Mortgage. Never been more important. I mean, probably in life it has, but, not in the past few years, because the interest rates have gone since probably 2023 from like 3 to a 6 or a 7. And, we're all, but Stewie can also give you the primer he gave me that the interest rate we hear about, like this, the Fed has raised it. That's not the interest rate you necessarily get on a mortgage. Stewie also has a way to make your credit score look better, because the traditional ones that they use many times kind of downgrade you from what you see on Credit Karma and stuff like that. So he has a different system that he uses that boosts you up and can get you into a more conventional loan. So talk about that. He has the bagel loan, which everyone can get. Called the bagel loan because the bagel looks like a 0 and you pay 0 fees. That's number one. That's the biggie. But for a limited time, he's offering you, if you do a new 30-year mortgage, you're going to pay 1% less on your interest rate for the first 12 months. So let's say that where your credit score gives you a 6%, you're going to pay 5% the first year in hopes that the interest rates will come back down and you can refinance it and be cool. Here's his cell number. Use it liberally. Shoot him a text. Give him a call. 314-324-4440. Buddy of mine was just about to close on a new 30-year mortgage. Asked me about Stewie. He called him. He got rid of the other guy and did it with Stewie. 314-324-4440, NMLS 226715.
Let's go to Dave Murray's weather forecast.
Steam it up on this Monday afternoon. Sunny skies, hot and humid. We should peak at about 98 degrees, well short of the record of 105. Tonight, clear skies, hazy, very warm, very humid. 79 for the overnight low. Tuesday, sunny, hot and humid, 96. The record 104 on Tuesday. Tuesday night, partly cloudy, warm and humid, 79. Still hot and humid on Wednesday, 95. Maybe an isolated thunderstorm, but a better chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms Thursday and Friday. And in turn, it's cooler in the 80s. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Brought to you by Duke's Real Mayo.
This is the Duke's Country Song. It's a song about good mayo, Duke's Mayo. It'll make any dish sing. Get Duke's Mayo in store. It's got twang.
The Cardinals conversation doesn't end when the game does. Watch the Gas House Game, Redbird Rush Hour, Sports Open Line, and sports on a Sunday morning whenever and wherever you want. Plus, exclusive conversations with Cardinals manager Ollie Marmol, president of baseball operations Chaim Bloom, players, broadcasters, and baseball insiders. Subscribe today to the KMOX Sports YouTube channel because Cardinals fans deserve a front row seat.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
For men over 50, staying healthy shouldn't feel complicated. Neovitin Men's 50 Plus is a doctor-formulated daily multivitamin designed to support everyday wellness with just 2 tablets a day. You can subscribe at neovitin.com for convenient monthly delivery right to your door, or find Neovitin Men's 50 Plus at your local Deerbirds or Schnucks. All Neovitin vitamins are manufactured in a GMP-certified facility in the USA and are designed for real, everyday routines. Make nutrition easy with Neovitin Men's 50 Plus.
And Doug. Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons. And lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Things in Washington, D.C. may seem unsettled at times by their lack of progress. But one department in the U.S. government is progressing. That is the IRS. Hi, this is Lance Story with the Lance Story Law Firm. The IRS is in full function to collect on unpaid taxes. If you've been putting off a tax problem, it's time to call the Lance Story Law Firm and get it resolved. Don't think the government is too busy to focus on my issues. Too many of my clients thought the same. So if you owe back taxes or haven't filed returns in years, it's time to call the Lance Story Law Firm and finally resolve your tax issues. Remember, if you have tax problems, you have legal problems. Call the Lance Story Law Firm. Our office is right here in St. Louis. Or call 314-260-6120 or visit LanceStoryLaw.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm, the Lance Story Law Firm.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Get inside your Redbirds in the 2026 season every Tuesday at noon. It's All Access with Cardinals manager Ollie Marmol on your voice of the Cardinals, KMOX. Bernie Miklasz on KMOX is sponsored by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin comfort dealer.
Anybody coming out to my Dave Glover Band gig on Sunday will be treated to this song, Never Been Any Reason by Head East. And I'm playing cowbell.
Nice.
Just wanted you to know.
Are you going to do the Will Ferrell cowbell dance?
No.
Come on.
I think that's been done.
Yeah, that's fair. I get you.
But yeah, Favre and I are trading off on the lead vocals. It really sounds good. A lot of fun. Dave Favre kills the keyboard, too.
Nice.
And, I mean, he's like a virtuoso on the saxophone, but he also plays keyboards and guitar. They all do. Friggin' people.
Nuts.
Bernie Miklasz joins us. Hello, Bern.
Hey, good afternoon.
So it's always an interesting series, isn't it? Like I'm learning that. Like it's always interesting with this team. It's always a little bit up, a little bit down. What did you make of this most recent series?
Well, listen, I think the Cardinals had a hell of a week. You know, think about it. They were 3 games under 500. They had slipped to about 4.5 games out of the third wild card. They had so they trade Newt Barr, they trade Dustin May. They trade Jojo Romero. They pick up a bunch of really good prospects, all of whom are ranked in their top 30. So after reaching their low point of being 3 under, and then after offloading even more veteran talent that was helping them, the Cardinals responded. The players that remained responded exactly how you hoped they would. They won 2 series in a row. They went into Yankee Stadium and took 2 out of 3 of a team with about a $300 million payroll. And then they had a fight off the Colorado Rockies, should have swept the series, but they got 2 out of 3. So this is only the second time since early June that the Cardinals won back-to-back series, wow, which I think is really, really commendable. Really, really commendable considering that things were really going south on this team. They responded beautifully.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. And obviously, tonight, Bern, and we'll talk about this more on Redbird Rush Hour, but tonight is, if you're going to hold on to hope of hanging in there, they're 3.5 games out of the wild card, the third wild card, with 3 teams to catch, but the team in that spot is Philly. So this would be a good series to have a good series.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I don't trust the Cardinals offense just yet. And they get Andrew Painter, who was, one of the Phillies' top pitching prospects. He's been up and down, but the next 2 nights after that, or the next 2 days after that, they've got to take on 2 gorillas, basically, Christopher Sanchez and Zach Wheeler. So those 2 games, those are really tough assignments. I'm not saying they can't win one of the 2 or whatever, but I'm just saying they better get this one tonight and then hope to get one of the final 2.
Yes, hey, tonight's important because the guy with us almost 7 ERA is the one you want to get, because the other 2 are 2 of the best pitchers in the National League.
Speaking of guys with high ERAs, we had to do it. Bern, I know you did a video on Libby. I've not seen it yet, but I'd love to hear about it.
Listen, long story short, and I could sit here and read, 1,000 numbers and it would blow people away about just how bad Libator is. I take no joy in saying that. But here's a guy that the Cardinals, really without any competition, just basically said, hey, this is our number 1 starter. Hey, this is our guy. You're basically declaring to the world that this is your best starting pitcher. Matthew Libator has had a horrendous season. He's been horrendous, really, in his last 42 major league starts. And, I've got all these things about where he's ranked in all these different categories. He's been a bottom 5 major league starting pitcher. Every statistical criteria you could use. Mm-hmm. The other thing is this year, when he was in the bullpen in 2024, he was lights out against left-handed hitters. This year, left-handed hitter, he can't even tame left-handed hitters, which is unusual for a left-handed pitcher. If you add up all the batters that he faced, it comes out to like 22. He's faced left-handed hitters for basically the equivalent of 22 and 2/3 innings. He's given up 7 home runs. He's given up 20. He's given up 7 home runs and has an ERA of 7.71 against left-handed hitters. That is shockingly bad. It's not just bad, it's shockingly bad. The other thing, we all know Busch Stadium protects pitchers very, very well. Libator this season's got a higher ERA and a much higher home runs allowed rate at Busch Stadium compared to the road. So if you go to a StatsCast page, all you'll see is blue. You don't want to see blue. You want to see red. So there's 16 categories. There's only one where he is slightly above average, and that's his breaking balls. So, I mean, I don't know what else to say. It is what it is.
Let me ask you both the $64,000 question. In your opinion, if you had to bet your own $10, is Libator off, or are we seeing, no, this is just who he is. This is his level.
It's who he is. And Wheels, I'm sorry to jump in, but let me finish this because I did all this research today. Because I was on X, I was asking some people, so like, well, can't they change his pitch mix? Well, and I'm not being a smart aleck, but he has a pretty good curveball and he has a pretty good slider. He does. They're both rated above average in terms of stuff plus and all that. His 3 different varieties of fastballs, the 4-seamer, the sinker, and the cutter, are absolutely awful. They're batting practice pitches, basically. So if you don't have one fastball that enables you to get hitters out at a reasonable rate, let alone it's not a dominant rate, but just get them out enough. Where do you go from there? You can't pitch well without a fastball that works.
I've not understood this for a long time now, because as you pointed out, Bernie, this isn't just recent. This goes back to June of last year. So we're talking
42 starts.
Right, which is a season, for people that don't do the numbers, a season is 32, 33 starts. So this is a season and a third worth of starts. And I don't understand what they don't see. He has only had 2 instances this year in 23 starts where he has been good in back-to-back outings. Only happened twice, and it hasn't happened since early May. He only has 5 quality starts in 23 starts, and a quality start is just a 4.50 ERA. It's not even that good. He's only done that 5. He has as many outings where he's out of the game in less than 5 innings than he does quality starts. And then you look at this weekend, he had his head straight up his butt. He's not holding runners. They're just taking off left and right. You're not holding runners when Ivan Herrera's your catcher. You're not covering first base when you give up a ground ball to first base. I'm sorry. He needs to come out. And I don't buy the argument that he's got nothing left to learn in AAA. He's got plenty to work on. Maybe he doesn't have to prove it against AAA hitters, but he doesn't belong here right now. He's not doing his job. And this idea that Nolan Gorman can go down because he's not performing. Oh, but Matthew Liberatore, what's the difference?
No, the double standards are appalling, quite frankly. There's no justification for the double standards. If you want to give a guy an opportunity, Matthew Liberatore has had an opportunity for the last year and a half.
Yeah.
And he's basically been getting walloped. Like if he were a boxer, they would have stopped the fight. They would have threw in the towel, and they would have said, they would have said, listen, we got to submit him to some kind of neurological testing because all he's doing is absorbing heavy punches. And he doesn't have anything to punch the other team with.
It's crazy because every time he has a good start, it's like, oh, see, that's the guy we're looking for. Well, it's only happened 1 out of every 7 starts or something. Like, what are we doing?
And then, what the heck does poor Quinn Matthews have to do to get a spot in the rotation? I don't get this. I've been very, very upbeat, continue to be very positive about Chaim Bloom in this front office. But this is weird that they draw a line in the sand on this guy. Is it because Bloom was part of the front office in Tampa Bay that drafted Liberatore?
I don't know.
I don't get it. I just simply don't get it. And despite this, here's the thing, because people are on X and they're like, well, I can tell you what's wrong with Liberatore. They got to fire the pitching coach. Let me tell you something. Even with Liberatore in the rotation as a tremendous liability, right? The Cardinals are a top 10 rotation in the major leagues.
Yeah.
In a top 5 or 6 rotation in the National League since May the 1st. That's with Liberatore.
Right.
So the solution is not to fire. It is not to fire the pitching coach, okay?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's with only one guy in the group having exceedingly good stuff, right? I mean, Dustin May's the guy that you would say, ooh, he's got big stuff, because everybody else is getting by with coachable stuff, right? Pitch shapes and pitch selection and that kind of stuff. So that's stuff that's coachable. It's not like they're just, we got 5 guys throwing 100. That's not it.
Right.
You got guys throwing 91, 92, and you're winning with them, or at least they're performing.
It's okay to hold players accountable.
Yeah.
It's okay to do that.
Yeah, I don't understand like the hall pass that's going on here, because there's nothing. If you look at his own mental, he does not look like he's okay right now. And I don't mean like in a human way. I mean as a baseball player. He has no confidence, and there's a good reason for it, because he knows he's been awful. And when you watch a guy mentally check out like he did this weekend, this is the time to send him down, because he is struggling.
This was, to me, is the last straw, because let's get back to what I said at the top.
Yeah.
The Cardinals had been down, right? They had really been losing a lot. And I'm sure it was tough to keep their morale, totally high all the time. I'm sure there were some down moments emotionally, mentally for them. So this team decided, we're going to fight back. All right, let's go. Not that they ever stopped fighting, but they just said, sucked it up. All right, trade deadline's behind us. This is our team. We're all here. Let's go. And they go out there. I mean, you win a series at Yankee Stadium. I think that's a big deal, especially given the discrepancy of the payrolls and discrepancy of the talent. And you come back to college. Then you come home and you beat Colorado. Okay. And so you have a game that you should have won Saturday, except he can't be bothered to cover first base. He can't in that third inning. He's hitting a guy. He threw a wild pitch. That was also the inning where he fell asleep, didn't cover first base. I'm sorry, man, and I guess I can use the word hard ass. Okay, I just did. I'm not a hard ass, but at that point, that's it. That's it. He's got to come out of that rotation and do what you did. What is to be gained by keeping him up here to take repeated beatdowns? He needs to be put down there, not as a punishment, to let him regroup and reset and work on things in the lab and have like a team of instructors diagnose him, try to give him a plan to get back, to get rolling again, just what they did with Gorman. And so what I don't understand is, why do they think that what we're seeing and what we will see, why do they think this is good for Matthew Liberatore?
Bern, I love the fire. Tell us about Saliga, please.
I got the fire, my friend.
You got the fire.
Hey, Saliga Heating and Cooling has been taking care of St. Louis family since 1927. 100 years in business. The same family, the same group of Saliga family members. Dan Saliga, fourth owner, operator of this family business. And they take immense pride in their name. They take immense pride in that reputation that they've built for 100 years and counting. And they want to be the type of business, every time they come into your home, they deal with a heating or an air conditioning problem. They want to earn your trust. They want to prove themselves to you. They're never going to take you for granted. They're never going to blow you off. They're never going to try to talk you into something you don't need. Try to get a bigger repair bill and all that. They just don't do that. It's beneath their standards, and they got really, really high standards. So if you want someone you can trust and someone is really, really knowledgeable about what they do and totally classy when they're in their home, the way they deal with you, at Saliga Heating and Cooling, take a look at the Priority Club. It's a maintenance program. It'll save you money. It has saved the Miklas family money. And we've been calling Saliga for 18, 19 years for our help with our heating and air. They're outstanding. And I would heartily recommend them to you. So if you want to find out more, just go to SaligaHeatingandCooling.com, SaligaHeatingandCooling.com.
The 3-2 pitch with the runner going a swing.
Ready to elevate your game? Join the MBA Sportscasters Forum on Tuesday, September 15th in St. Louis. Learn from Cardinals beat reporters, broadcasters, and Hall of Famer John Rooney as they break down play-by-play, reporting, interviewing, and covering the game. Then cap off the day with the Cardinals versus Giants at Busch Stadium. Step into the booth, sharpen your skills. Go to KMOX.com/events for details and registration.
Muni in Forest Park. Shakespeare meets showbiz in the Muni debut of Something Rotten, a hilarious mashup that closes out the summer, on stage August 17th through 23rd. Your seats are waiting at muni.org.
Hey guys, about my friend Susan L. Ward. So when you're talking about divorce, I take it very seriously. I have been divorced. I have done about 200 divorces as an attorney. And I hate the concept of like divorce parties. It's a sad thing, especially when there are children involved. And I have seen how you can take an already precarious position, because let's just be adults here. If you are seeing a divorce attorney, if you're going through a divorce, things aren't great between you and your spouse. But nothing will make them worse like a divorce. And many attorneys, I can say this now freely, many divorce attorneys will whip it up on purpose so that rather than being a $5,000 divorce, it's a $25,000 divorce. Susan L. Ward has been around the block. I've known her for 30 years, and she was great back then. She does not do that ever. If you want to keep things amicable and you want to try to maybe mediate the case, she can oversee that. She will keep things between the rails for you. If someone is not going to cooperate, if someone's being mean, if someone has been abusive emotionally, mentally, physically, addiction problems, then she will be a fierce advocate, but she has every arrow in the quiver. She'll give you a free consultation when you call and let them know that you're from the show. 314-783-9400, stlfamilylaw.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
In the military, the mission was clear. You knew what to do. Now, the mission has changed. Stepping into civilian life isn't about finding a job. It's finding your purpose.
I wanted a career that would leverage the skills and discipline I gained in the military. IT just felt right.
My Computer Career offers class schedules that fit into your life and skills in high demand. Put your VA benefits to work. Visit mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to jumpstart your IT career today. An elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS. After the top of the hour, Art Holiday is going to be here. He is finishing up his feature film, Johnny Be Good, about Johnny Johnson. It's always great to see Art. He and I go all the way back. On the show sheet, Rach says, we're late, but the YSL giveaway and work controversy. And the only thing I know what YSL means is East St. Laurent. But knowing Rach, I thought, oh, it's something sexual. You know how she's always doing that to us, like, oh, TW5. And we're like, what's that supposed to mean? But no, it's Yves Saint Laurent. So what's going on?
Okay, so this went viral. I don't know if it was posted on Twitter or Reddit or what have you, but it has been discussed in every corner of the internet at this point. This man was at work. They were having a fancy raffle, and he won a YSL gift bag full of YSL makeup, which I would love to receive something like this. I think any woman mildly interested in makeup would be thrilled to receive this. But he gets it, and he immediately just gives it to his female coworker because she's standing right there. He's like, here you go. Great job at work. He comes home and he tells his wife about it.
Oh.
And his wife is pretty upset. She's like, why wouldn't you bring that makeup bag home to me? Like, don't you think I would really like it? And then, of course, the internet is just completely melting down about it. It's either proof that he is the worst husband on the planet. He's cheating with the coworker. Who on earth would do something like this? But I have maybe a more relaxed take on the situation.
Hear it.
I think sometimes guys are just kind of dumb.
Stop telling our secrets.
And I don't know that
she's going to need to be dealt with, boys.
I don't know that it registered to him like how great of a gift basket this was.
Yeah.
I think he just thought like, oh, she would like it. Here you go. Here, you can have it.
I would not know that.
So he was like handing off the golf ball to a little kid.
Right, exactly. Right.
Or the baseball. Right.
I just disagree that this is like proof positive that he has always hated
He
her
doesn't
and he
care.
wants divorce
Yeah.
and he will never do anything nice for her and she needs to leave him right now. It's like, no, but maybe he should buy her some nice YSL makeup to make up for it.
He did two stupid things. The first stupid thing he did was give it to his coworker. He should have taken it home to his wife. The second stupid thing he did was he told his wife about it.
Yeah, you take that to the grave.
Yeah,
correct.
It's 2:55. This time check is brought to you by Paramount Men's Medical Center.
Right now, inflation is squeezing your budget. Global events are shaking markets overnight, and if you're close to retirement, you don't get unlimited do-overs. That's why Steve All and the team at the All Financial Group are hosting Retirement Simplified. Find out if your retirement strategy can survive today's economy. Rising costs, market volatility, political uncertainty, and the questions most people avoid. Could you outlive your money? When should you file for Social Security? Is your 401k carrying too much risk? These aren't hypothetical concerns. They're happening right now. Retirement Simplified, August 27th and September 1st. It is complimentary and you must qualify to attend. Call now 636-230-8824 or visit yourmoneymattersstl.com. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Neither the firm nor its agents or representatives may give tax or legal advice. Individuals should consult with a qualified professional for guidance before making any purchasing decisions. All Financial Group is not affiliated with or endorsed by the U.S. government or any governmental agency.
Summer is waning, sadly, I know, but you've had enough time now to really assess how your outdoor space is working. Is it working for you? You've probably noticed whether the deck is starting to buckle or splinter and needs replacing, or you'd really like a fence to separate you and your neighbor. Whatever it is in your outdoor space, it's never too late to call Chesterfield Fence and Deck, the sign you have the very best. Now, what does that mean, the sign you have the very best? Well, first of all, Chesterfield Fence and Deck has been around for 58 years, a third-generation locally owned family company. They also have an incredible reputation because they only use the best quality materials, and they have their own installation crews, which is very important because they have years of experience. And Chesterfield Fence and Deck is going to stand behind everything they do. When you mention me, Debbie Monterey, they'll also take 20% off your next outdoor project. So go with the best. It's Chesterfield Fence and Deck. You can visit them in person, or they'll come to you, or visit online now at chesterfieldfence.com.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
There are many reasons to hire Morgan & Morgan for your injury case. Here's reason 17. In today's new world, many law firms have had money injected into their firms by Wall Street, private equity, and other lenders. This money usually comes in at very, very high interest rates. It's one of the reasons you see so many lawyers advertising. I'm John Morgan. This money is expensive and the interest compounds quickly. These law firms can have a huge need for cash just to pay that debt. Why does it matter to you? My fear is your case is settled early and for far less than it's worth, just to service the loan that has mafia-like rates. Our financial strength is your advantage. That plus our reputation makes our firm your firm. Visit forthepeople.com to see our results and verdicts. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Past results afford no guarantee of future results. Every case is different and must be judged on its own merits.
The trusted voice of St. Louis. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 3 o'clock, we have clouds 90 degrees. Feels like 101 downtown at the Arch. I'm Maria Aquino. Our top story, an on-air battle between ABC's Kira Phillips and HHS senior advisor Callie Means, who wanted to discuss the administration's new proposals to tighten oversight of additives on ultra-processed food. He seemed incensed, though, to receive questions about the nationwide outbreak of cyclosporiasis and salmonella, instead downplaying the outbreaks, which have sickened 20,000 people and killed 2.
There's food safety outbreaks every single year. This is the first time. This is the first time in history where you've gotten the notes from God knows who on talking about this instead
well,
of
I've got
talking
Jerome
about
Adams, who served as Surgeon General during President Trump's first term, and he said there's mixed messages going on.
Jerome Adams is a paid operative to attack the Trump administration, and it's charlatan, not respected by anyone in the building.
He served under Trump.
Meanwhile, ag giant Taylor Farms is now pulling more than a dozen products with jalapeno peppers from grocery shelves across the country. The latest recall is due to a salmonella outbreak. President Trump has just signed an executive order calling for revamped childhood vaccine recommendations that promote his long-held belief that certain shots should be spaced out into separate medical visits. The order recommends separating the measles, mumps, and rubella (MMR) vaccine into 3 different shots administered in separate visits and direct the nation's health department to improve vaccine research. States have the authority right now to require vaccinations for school children. And as children do head back to school, a pediatric group that's based out of Illinois is recommending flu shots for all kids this season.
The American Academy of Pediatrics says all kids 6 months and older should receive this year's flu vaccine after last year the CDC removed its long-standing recommendation for the annual shot from its childhood vaccine guidance. This year, the pediatric organization says it's not waiting for federal guidelines, especially after nearly 200 children died from the flu during the 2025-26 flu season. A recent CDC study found the flu shot reduces the risk of kids and teens dying from the virus by 80%. The Illinois-based group recommends that children get the shot between now and the end of October.
It is 3:03 and time for a check of the St. Louis Business Index. Here's Stifel Senior Vice President for Investments, Kevin Monton. Good afternoon, Kevin.
Thanks, Maria. The markets finished or started the week, I should say, on a mostly negative tone, with the Dow losing 61 at 53,975. S&P was off 4 at 77.53. NASDAQ was negative 74 at 26,616, and the Bloomberg St. Louis Index was negative 10 at 1755. Stocks to the upside, though, Centene gained 1.2% at 66.56, and AT&T was positive 1.1% at 24.07. Stocks to the downside, Energizer lost 2.9% at 21.92, and Post Holdings was off 3.1% at 76.23. Finally, Stifel up 0.7% at 83.68. This has been Kevin Monton, Senior Vice President of Investments at Stifel, member SIPC, and the New York Stock Exchange. For more information on Stifel, please visit our website at stifel.com.
And a check of traffic at this hour. Just starting to see some volume build on all the highways right now. Look for a slowdown in the Metro East as you come across there at Illinois 111. It looks like you start to slow down when you hit Route 255, and that's due to that ongoing construction work. As for southbound 270 drivers, just a normal volume starting to build now a little bit west of Olive. And at Manchester, they're still reporting that ramp there is closed, or at least has restrictions on it due to an earlier incident. And it's time for a check of our weather forecast. That extreme heat warning continues right on through Wednesday evening at 8 o'clock. Dave Murray has our forecast.
Steam it up on this Monday afternoon. Sunny skies, hot and humid. We should peak at about 98 degrees, well short of the record of 105. Tonight, clear skies, hazy, very warm, very humid. 79 for the overnight low. Tuesday, sunny, hot and humid, 96. The record 104 on Tuesday. Tuesday night, partly cloudy, warm and humid, 79. Still hot and humid on Wednesday, 95. Maybe an isolated thunderstorm, but a better chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms Thursday and Friday. And in turn, it's cooler in the 80s. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
A lot of cloud cover, 90 degrees in St. Peter's, 90 in Florissant, and downtown to the Arch, it's 90 degrees, but feels like 101 degrees. I'm Maria Aquino, KMOX News.
Brought to you by USPS Ground Advantage.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast.
Pump up the volume.
When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS and KMOX. A few minutes past 3 p.m. Happy Monday to everybody. So Art Holiday from KSDK, he and I have been pals going all the way back. And, man, I remember interviewing you. I don't even know what year it was, but when you just had the idea about the Johnny Johnson movie. That's way back at Emmett.
Well, it's 22 years and counting.
Wow.
And I've often wondered at the very beginning, after someone suggested that Johnny might be a great topic for a documentary, if someone had whispered, oh, by the way, it might take 25 years, if my response would have been different.
You might have done something else. Yeah, that's something else.
Well, you don't get time in television to tell a story, so, you know.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of what attracted me to long form storytelling anyway. Most of my stories in TV news are between a minute 30 and occasionally 3:30.
Yeah.
And this allows you to do so much more and have so much more nuance and detail and history. And, so it was kind of a no-brainer the more I thought about it, starting with the fact that Johnny was in the delivery room when rock and roll was born.
That's right.
That alone, that and the fact that he's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, that's a great starting point.
Not only in the delivery room, he may have been the father or the mother, right? I mean, he was the guy. Art, introduces to Ron.
So Ron Waterman of Story Smart, our paths crossed years ago when Ron was the marketing director for the St. Louis Cardinals. And I started reading some of his blogs about his new company, Story Smart, and it was obvious that we were both chasing the same dream of being long-form storytellers. And we connected, and we had a few conversations to see if I was a good fit for him and he was a good fit for me. And now he and his company, Story Smart, are the executive producers of Johnny Be Good, and he's going to help me drag this thing across the finish line.
Excellent.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I told him, we were talking about the other day, there's certain parts of making a movie that aren't the real sexy part, right? The storytelling part. There's aspects that, involve spreadsheets and marketing and all of that kind of stuff. So we're going to do what we can to make sure that audiences see this story, because it really is an amazing story. I mean, to your point, he may have been one of the fathers of rock and roll.
Yeah.
And he hired Chuck Berry. Like, that's the big aha. I had one of the first conversations you and I had. I was like, holy cow.
Yeah.
But for him hiring Chuck Berry, where would modern music be?
So I'll bet there's a lot of people listening right now that are fans of the movie Pulp Fiction, the Quentin Tarantino classic. And what's the most memorable scene in that movie? It's the twist contest, right, with Uma Thurman and John Travolta. What's playing? What are they dancing to? You Never Can Tell by Chuck Berry. Who's the piano player playing the solo while they're doing the Batman and and the twist and all that? Most people who are fans of that movie have no idea who Johnny Johnson is, but they love that scene.
Yeah.
And Johnny is front and center with the vibe of that movie, of that particular iconic scene.
Yeah. So Chuck played it, but do you think, originated with Johnny?
Well, that's the unanswered question. That's certainly what Keith Richards said in Hail, Hail, Rock and Roll.
What a movie.
I mean, that was a huge controversy when he said that, why are so many of those songs written in guitar keys instead of piano keys? For a musician, that's a smoking gun. Does it prove anything? It certainly makes you ask the question. And, one of the things that we try to address in this film is the gray area of songwriting.
Yeah.
Because depending on what musician you talk to and what band they're in, the criteria for getting credit for writing a song is different.
Amen.
And I had Ernie Isley from the Isley Brothers talked about it. He said in the Isley Brothers, everybody got songwriting credit because it kept the drama down. In other bands, it's melody and lyric, end of story. In other bands, it's the melody and the lyric is the clay. You haven't made the statue yet. That's when you go in the recording studio.
Yeah.
And if someone comes up with a great part, David Sanborn is in that segment, Kirkwood's own, right? The sax legend. And he talked about the fact that you take a song like My Girl and that bass line, boom, 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 boom. That wasn't in the original music and lyric. That happened after the fact in the recording studio.
Yeah.
But that's what we remember.
It's exactly what we remember.
Yeah. I'm getting chills for real, just thinking about that.
there are so many storylines that I get to talk about in the same part of the film. The song Wider Shade of Pale by Procol Harum. There's a very distinctive organ part that is associated with that song. Matthew Fisher was the organist. Years later, decades later, he sued the rest of the band for songwriting credit. In Great Britain, he won because there's no statute of limitations. Here, the only reason Johnny's lawsuit didn't go to trial was not on the merits of the case, but because he waited too long.
Yeah. Liberty DeVito, Billy Joel's drummer, is kind of a pal of mine, and he really suffered and ended up suing Billy and losing for similar reasons. He wasn't the Johnny Johnson,
right?
But he felt like they were a band, because when you're young, you're a band, and then as you age, you're like, oh, okay, you get 17% of the But yeah, I mean, it's the dirty laundry of music. Who's going to get paid?
Or any creative process, right?
Yes.
That involves collaboration, right? But for all of the participants, movies are like that, right?
Yeah.
Like there's so many people that have to work their magic, put their craft into it.
Yeah.
And the end result is this beautiful thing. Well, what if you didn't have a colorist on your film, right? Like what if you didn't have somebody that did the graphics or the editing, right? Like, I mean, there's so many elements that come
Ron,
together.
how well did you know this story when you hooked up with Art?
Not well. I mean, over the years, I heard him talk about it. Candidly, I knew Chuck Berry, right? But he and I reconnected actually through a mutual friend of ours and a filmmaker. And, the more I learned about it, I was like, holy cow, this is a story that people need to see and know. Because the issues, as I've watched the rough cut, there really are two stories here. There's the story of Johnny, but there's also this sticky, I mean, you're a lawyer, right?
Yeah.
The creative legal aspect. I mean, that's a really relevant topic.
Yeah. Art, do you know, did Johnny die bitter?
No, Johnny was not a bitter person
He didn't
at all.
seem like it.
He was, I call him a humble genius. Johnny had zero interest in trying to impress you. I mean, I remember the very first conversation I had with him, Dave. When I approached Johnny and his wife Frances about the idea of doing a documentary, they invited me to their home, and I quickly realized that Frances was the gatekeeper. If I didn't pass her test, I was dead in the water. But at one point in the conversation, I said to Johnny, if we work together on this, who are some of the people that I should talk to? And if you've ever been in Johnny's presence, he's got a very low voice, very monotone voice. He talks kind of slowly, and he was like, well, you might want to talk to Bonnie Raitt, and maybe you should talk to Eric Clapton, and yeah, you should probably talk to Keith Richards. And he just starts name dropping, and doesn't everybody know these people?
Sure. Right.
And so there's a whole list of people, and luckily a lot of them said yes.
Yeah.
But, at the time of the lawsuit, that was people around Johnny convincing him and kind of nudging him in that direction. That was not his idea.
Mm-hmm.
After Hail, Hail, Rock and Roll, and Keith Richards came into his life and basically resurrected Johnny and put him out there again, because he insisted to Taylor Hackford, if there's anybody that deserves to be in this band, it's Johnny Johnson. And Johnny got rediscovered.
Mm-hmm.
I love what Eric Clapton said about Johnny's performance at the Fox Theater in '86. He said, for me, Johnny stole the show. He tore it up. And he did. And everybody's like, where's this guy been?
Yeah.
Where was he? Tell that story. Did you tell me he was driving a bus?
He was driving a senior citizens bus to make a living. He wasn't even making, here's one of the greatest boogie woogie and blues pianists ever, but he's not making a living
playing music
as a musician.
Yeah.
So there's kind of parallel stories that are happening in the mid 1980s. Keith Richards had a conversation with Ian Stewart, who was connected to the Rolling Stones. He did some recording with them and some other work. But Ian Stewart's role in this story is that he was a piano aficionado, and he was the one who told Keith Richards and Mick Jagger, that piano player with Chuck Berry that you admire so much, that's Johnny Johnson. And so that was the first time that Keith Richards heard Johnny's name. He'd heard the music. So fast forward to the mid-1980s. For some reason, Ian Stewart pulls Keith Richards aside and says, don't forget, Johnny Johnson's still alive and playing in St. Louis. You need to go find him. And Keith's looking at him like there was no context for that conversation. And Keith's like, what are you talking about? Well, not long after that, Taylor Hackford calls Keith Richards, hey, I'm going to make this film about Chuck Berry turning 60, and I'd like you to be the music director and put together a band. And he immediately thought about that random conversation with Ian Stewart. So when I sat Keith Richards down at Electric Lady Studios in New York, Greenwich Village, and I said, knowing what you know now, what do you make of that strange conversation with Ian Stewart? And he thought for a moment, and he said, Ian sent me to St. Louis to save Johnny.
Wow.
Okay, so there's that part of the story. When Richards insisted to Taylor Hackford that Johnny Johnson needs to be in this film, Hackford said, we don't even know if he's been playing. You think he still has it? And Keith Richards is like, he's Johnny Johnson. Of course he still has it.
You don't lose it.
So there's that part of the story. What no one knew was that a few months before Johnny got the invitation to be in the film, he was sitting in with a group of local musicians, and they took a break, and he very humbly got everybody together and said, hey, would you guys mind if I joined your band? And they're looking at each other like, you're Johnny Johnson. You can do whatever you want. And those musicians became the Johnny Johnson Band. And suddenly Johnny goes from playing very little to playing 3, 4, 5 nights a week. Well, nobody else knew that. So by the time Johnny started rehearsals at Berry Park in Wentzville with Eric Clapton and Keith Richards and Joey Spampanato and Steve Jordan, he was razor sharp.
That's great.
And he got to show that, yeah, indeed, he still had it. And that film changed the rest of his life.
Let's take a quick break and come back and talk some more. We're talking to Art Holliday and Ron Waterman about Johnny Be Good, the movie about Johnny Johnson, upcoming. I'll say this before the break, though. Hail, Hail, Rock and Roll is a movie that if you can't call yourself a true musician if you haven't seen it. If you've ever been in a band or ever want to be in a band, watch this movie. It's one of the most awkward, dramatic, amazing movies ever made about music. Just unbelievable. When Keith Richards is in it and he's the voice of reason, like you need to see this movie. Tell you guys about Michael's Baths. This is the easiest live I do all day because to give credit where credit's due, our competition, Bath Fitter, 3-Day Kitchen and Bath, have been advertising nationally for 10 years. They plowed the ground about remodeling bathrooms. Mike came along, fortuitously about 10 years ago and said, I'm going to do this, but I'm going to do it locally. I'm going to do it better. I'm going to use all made in the USA products. I'm going to be more agile than these guys. I'm going to give them a better price. And he's done it very successfully. So Mike does everything that these guys do, but he does it better. And he charges you between 30 and 50% less for the same or a better job. So pretty easy sell. Also, if you're a disabled veteran, first, God love you. Secondly, you deserve everything you have coming to you, and the VA has this cutout for you that you can get this bathroom remodel for no money out of your pocket at all. So look into it. Mike knows everything about it. He does them every week. 636-775-0800 or michaelsbaths.com.
What if everything you learned in history class was only half the story? I'm Dr. Hrini Bhatt, host of Hidden History. Every Monday, I go where history gets mysterious. Vanished civilizations, doomsday prophecies, paranormal phenomena, and events that science still can't fully explain. On Hidden History, I treat these moments like open case files. Not myths, not superstition, just incomplete explanations waiting for a closer look. Listen to and follow Hidden History, available now wherever you get your podcasts.
New Game Plus with Oxy makes your laundry smell incredible and fights stubborn smells, like the ones your dog Biscuit brought into your freshly made bed last night. But you wash that all away with Game, and now you're drifting asleep to the scent and sound of waves. Ah, nope, that's the dog licking your ear.
Biscuit.
It just might be our greatest scent ever, now with odor-fighting power. New Game Plus with Oxy.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, you're not alone. Most importantly, you don't have to live with it. Paramount Men's Medical Center restores men's sex lives in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, even when Viagra and Cialis don't work. Here's Dr. Simovitz, specialist in men's health.
Paramount Men's Medical Center's painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. 98% of patients see instant results right in the office.
Men are now lasting longer than they ever imagined. And the best part, at Paramount Men's Medical Center, your consultation and first treatment are free. Qualified patients even get their testosterone checked free. Call 314-720-8444. 314-720-8444. Take control of your sex life. Call now. 314-720-8444.
Hey, St. Louis, need to sell your home fast? The Gelman team with eXp Realty can make you an instant cash offer in just 24 hours. No showings, no repairs, no waiting. Visit thegelmanteam.com or give them a call at 314-336-1991.
100 years of service and still at your service. KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. My friend Art Holliday is here. He's the director of Johnny Be Good about Johnny Johnson, who backed Chuck Berry, and many believe at least gave Chuck a lot of his ideas and inspiration for all the great music that he wrote, which led to rock and roll, right? Ron Waterman is the producer. Rach, I think you are in the position of a lot of people listening right now that you didn't know a lot about this, right?
I did not. And it's so interesting to hear you guys talk about this because, I mean, what a person that needs to be celebrated and needs to be recognized for their contributions. But then you wonder, like, how many other Johnny Johnsons out there were there that didn't get a chance to be showcased in this way. So I think it's really cool that you're doing this.
You know, that's an interesting point because there is a whole subgenre of music documentaries that has evolved over the last dozen years or so. Standing in the Shadows of Motown, 20 Feet from Stardom, The Wrecking Crew, Muscle Shoals. Those documentaries are about session musicians and sidemen and background singers who are the backbone of the music that we buy, but we don't know their names.
Yes.
And so there's an audience for that type of film, and that's exactly where Johnny Be Good fits in. Because most of the people listening to my voice have heard his piano playing, but they don't know his name.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a damn shame. So to make a movie, any movie, but especially something as expansive as this, you need time, you need talent, you need resources, you need money. And so you may be raising some here in the near future. How do people help?
So what I would say is, because I can't give all the details right now because we haven't worked them all out, but save the date on your calendar, October 16th. It's the 40th anniversary of the Fox Theater concerts that became the backbone of the movie, Hail, Hail, Rock and Roll. But for the purposes of my storytelling, that's the turning point of my film because it changed Johnny's life. He got rediscovered. He put a band together, started touring, and had a whole second career very late in life. So What I would say is, while Ron and I and the rest of our team are working out all the details, is if you are interested in this story, and if you are interested in supporting this story, because ultimately it's not going to happen with a lot of community support. And I've already experienced that over the years, so I think it's probably going to happen again. jjthemovie.com is the website for the film. You can contact me directly. When it's time to make the big announcement, we have a huge email list. If you just go on there to the contact page, you can get in touch with me directly. I'll put you on our email list, and you'll know about the event that we're going to have to celebrate St. Louis's music history, celebrate two of St. Louis's most accomplished musicians, Chuck Berry and Johnny Johnson, and try to figure out ways to pay for this film.
We're going to raise some money.
Yeah. I hope this isn't a thorny issue to bring up on the air, but has the Chuck Berry family, do they have any issue with this? Are they salty at all about it? Shouldn't have asked. I knew it. No. One question too many.
All I can tell you is that I met with Chuck Berry once.
Yeah.
And I explained that I was doing a film about Johnny Johnson, because Johnny actually introduced us. We went to Blueberry Hill. And, I said, I'm looking for three things. I'd like to interview you. I'd like to license your music. And I'd like for you and Johnny to play together and let me videotape it. So he gave me all of his contact information, and I left that meeting thinking, I think we made some progress. He made it clear subsequently that he was not a fan of this project. So I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. So, Ron, 2028, you think?
2028.
Okay.
Yeah. We have to put a flag in the ground and work towards that.
Yes.
What I've seen is an amazing story that can be told, and it's just a matter of, raising the funds to get us over that finish line. And we're not far.
Yeah.
We're not far. This man, Art Holliday, has done an extraordinary job interviewing. He's got 110 hours worth of interviews, like with the who's who of music.
Yeah.
And all of those folks are like, this man is this amazing figure. And so we just need to translate that into the public.
Yeah, it's going to be a treasure.
I'm just looking at the website here, jjthemovie.com, and I'm looking at the merch store. I feel like this would probably be a great way if people wanted to contribute to. You guys have some really cool merchandise associated with it.
Well, thank you.
So, yeah, no problem.
Check it out. Always good to see you. Love you, my brother. So I'll see you in a couple months.
Thank you for supporting Johnny Be Good. Thanks for being part of Team Johnny.
You got it. Nice to meet you, Ron.
Nice to meet you.
We don't just cover St. Louis, we share it. That's why the stories you hear every morning aren't just headlines. They're about your neighborhood.
Ferguson's police chief took the stand in day one of
your roads.
Westbound 270 North County just had some volume on
your Cardinals.
Riley O'Brien strikes out the side in the 9th inning.
Your community.
I'm Tom Ackerman.
This is Debbie Monterey.
I'm Megan Lynch.
Total Information AM. Weekdays on KMOX.
Doug.
Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons, and lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Give the gift of a magical experience at St. Louis Union Station when you take a real train ride journey to the North Pole aboard the Polar Express. Meet Santa and experience the magic of the Polar Express story with hot chocolate, treats, music, and sing-alongs. For those that truly believe in the spirit of Christmas, head down to St. Louis Union Station this year. Book your golden ticket before they sell out at stlpolarexpressride.com.
Tired of your phone bill constantly going up? Stop the madness with Boost Mobile. Get unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month. No contracts, no catches. And that $25 price is locked in forever. Switch to Boost Mobile today.
Sandberg Phoenix serves your business in litigation, intellectual property, and products liability. We're more than a law firm. We're committed to your success. Learn more at sandbergphoenix.com. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertising.
Dust off your boots and head to Busch Stadium for Country Music Night, Friday, August 28th. With the purchase of a special theme ticket, fans will take home an exclusive Country Music Night Cardinals t-shirt. Before first pitch, do the Boot Scoop Boogie at a pregame concert in Budweiser Terrace featuring the Rough Riders. It's a home run hit of baseball and country music. Get your tickets now at cardinals.com/theme.
This is Andre Palante. Get your tickets now at cardinals.com.
The hottest accessory at Busch Stadium this season is yours on Saturday, August 29th, when the Cardinals host the Pirates. That day, fans will take home a stylish, stadium-approved Cardinals purse, courtesy of Edward Jones. From the ballpark to brunch, this is the on-the-go purse you'll be reaching for all season long. And there's only one place to get it, at Busch Stadium on August 29th. Get your tickets now at cardinals.com/promotion.
Traffic from the michaelsflooringoutlet.com traffic center.
Well, the highways aren't bad this afternoon. If you're traveling westbound on Highway 70, it's just a little slow at the 64 merge on out in Wentzville. Westbound 64 is wide open until you get to Lake St. Louis Boulevard. It's backed up from there to 70. Pretty typical. South 270 is not bad. There's a couple of slow spots from 64 to Manchester. Don't forget that westbound Manchester exit from South 270 is closed through Friday. So if you normally get off South 270 onto Manchester westbound, you need to go down to Doherty Ferry and either double back northbound or go west on Doherty Ferry to Pear Road or Barrett Station. The choice is yours, what you want to do with that. On the Illinois side, eastbound 64 backs up 157 to 159, and 5570 is kind of slow past 111. Eastbound 70 is slow between Salisbury and St. Louis Avenue downtown as well. I'm Roger Brand at the michaelsflooringoutlet.com traffic center.
Remind you guys that Zero Res, is out there. They're great at what they do. It's a small part of your life, but when someone spills something on your carpets or you have a big party or you just are living your life and you haven't had them professionally cleaned in a long time, or your couches or chairs or your upholstery, things like that, it can turn on you pretty quick. It can get pretty gamey. It can get pretty stinky. It can get pretty unhygienic. So when when I did these live, I've been doing them for 20 years, I used to talk a lot about like this season is why. No. You guys are smart. You're grown-ups. You know when you need to get your carpets cleaned and why. So when you do, reach out to Zero Res. They'll do a great job for you, and they'll give you a DGS deal. Right now, the deal is get 2 rooms of carpet cleaned, and then we'll throw in 2 extra rooms for free. Also, take 20% off all air duct services and products. Call them 314-474-2020. Just let them know you heard about them on the DGS. You can also book online at ZeroResSTL.com.
It's 3:34. This time check is brought to you by Paramount Men's Medical Center.
For over 25 years, Styles Clothing Company has been serving the St. Louis community, and we're just getting started. Custom screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items for sports team uniforms, schools, companies, family reunions, and events. Quality products and service guaranteed. We want to thank all of our customers. Call now and mention you heard this commercial on this station for 15% off all month long this August. Styles Clothing Company. Call 314-831-6559. That's 314-831-6559 or visit stylesclothing.com.
Get inside your Redbirds in the 2026 season every Tuesday at noon. It's All Access with Cardinals manager Ollie Marmol on your voice of the Cardinals, KMOX. Now, KMOX weather from the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk.
Dave Murray's weather is sponsored by Sandberg Phoenix Law Firm. I wasn't ready to do it, Dave. I had to fade out. And
sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Here we go.
Guys, it's the last day of our grandson
degrees. It's not even close to a record, and the record Tuesday is a really old one. It's 104 from 1881. That is going to be safe again. Tuesday night, very warm, very humid, 90s for evening plans, 79. Wednesday, not a lot of change. There's a front to our north that's going to try to settle down over us, though it's going to be a real struggle, this particular front of this particular summer. So Wednesday's partly sunny, hot and humid. Be a couple of spot thunderstorms around 97 degrees. We'll do it for the high again. Some spot thunderstorms Wednesday night. Thursday, the front, I think, is going to probably settle right over us. Partly sunny skies, but it's still hot and humid on Thursday with a few thunderstorms scattered about. 92 for the high on Thursday. So it's a little bit cooler, but it is still summertime. Still think we have a shot of temperatures in the upper 80s come Friday, though that's a long way off. It's going to be a real watcher with this front to see how much power it has to get through. It's going to try to break the dome of summer, but this one is going to be a bit of a struggle. Stay cool. Talk to you tomorrow.
Too bad Dave couldn't be on. I know he and Art worked together for years, so that would have been fun.
Yeah.
Unless they had beef, then it would have been really fun.
Dave's here stirring it up.
Just going at each other. So what I can do now is I can text him and be like, hey, Art was on. He said you were a real jerk. And then Dave will be like, oh,
Let me tell you some stories.
Let me tell you something. Rach, I thought of you when I saw this story. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Dandelion stabilized the 11-year-old kitten, and now Dandelion is doing much better. Carrots is also blind. I feel bad for Carrots, who didn't know what was going on, and they just made her give a transfusion for the other cat.
Yeah, I feel ya. But, I mean, you know, she probably got to go to sleep, get some nice drugs. I think it's fine.
Yeah, carrots don't know. Carrots can't even see.
It's really nice that she was able to do that for the new kid. You said an 11-month week. Okay, I think you said year on
Yeah.
accident.
You did say 11-year-old kitten. And I was like,
yeah, no, 11 weeks.
I mean, I've heard of 11-year-old.
It's a big baby.
But yeah.
It's a tiny little thing.
Yeah.
I have a new cat obsession on TikTok.
Yeah? What's that?
The cat's name is Tinker.
Yeah.
I actually sent a video to Andrew this morning. And Tinker's owner is an Australian woman. And she's like, my darling, Tinker, come outside. And just the way she talks to her is so funny and cute. And then Tinker is very funny and cute. Highly recommend if you're able to find that on the old TikToks.
You guys seen the Zuckerberg yacht story?
Yes.
No.
So I think I even brought this up on the air last week. I'm not a big follower of billionaires. I'm not a big get mad at billionaires person like my good friend Kevin Wheeler.
Only the ones that act like jerks.
But I saw Zuckerberg's yacht, and it just pissed me off. I'm just like, you shouldn't have that. I'm sorry. But while people are dying of starvation, you just shouldn't have it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And Rach, help me out with this story. I think what happened was his yacht was sailing without him or his wife, and saw a boat that was in distress, and the people were stranded, and they just kept going.
Yeah, so Meta is now saying that the crew of the Zuckerberg yacht did not hear the radio call to assist the boat. But previously, the story was that they basically ignored and declined the distress call. But now they're saying, like, we didn't hear it. We didn't hear. We were just...
They probably don't have very good
Aren't there
electronics
systems
on that
in
yacht.
place to make sure that you do hear that? Like, that's one of the laws of the sea, right? Like, you are bound to help a stranded vessel if you're in the area and your vessel is operating. I thought that was like maritime law.
Okay, I was wrong to say distress. Let me read this quote from Meta, which, as we know, they would never lie. They would never say anything.
They
that
wouldn't
wasn't
spin
true.
it.
Mark and his family were not on board at the time of the incident. As the Coast Guard noted, the boat was not in distress, and by the time the crew reviewed the Coast Guard contact on a different radio channel from the one they were operating on, the assist was already underway. We're grateful all parties are safe. But a passenger on the cruise ship had said on social media that the authorities had radioed Zuckerberg's yacht, and they repeatedly refused to respond. So it's really seeming like a he said, she said type thing.
Well, Who stands to lose if the accusation is true? Well, I mean, obviously it's Zuckerberg, and if he wasn't there, it's not on him personally, but definitely on the crew, right? So, which version of the story you think they're going to tell us?
Can I just stop you there? How long have we been working with Kevin? 2 years? 3 years?
Almost 3 years.
You are an SNL skit or a Larry David episode. With the way I've never heard anyone in my life do the rhetorical question that's not a rhetorical
I'm actually
question.
leaving space for you guys to jump in, and you never do. Y'all just like stare at me.
Well, when you do it, it's really hard to know. Like,
right?
I don't know what to do with
I
the
don't
rhetoricals.
either.
I'm like,
because this has happened several times in the past. Kevin will go like, well, who stands to lose if this story is true? I
don't know.
And I'll wait like 2 seconds. I'll start to go, Zuckerberg. He's like, it's Zuckerberg. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know the timing. I don't know what to do.
You don't leave a lot of space for someone to jump in because you go like, who stands to benefit? Zuckerberg. And it's like, well, that's.
Well, if it was that quick,
Let me get my thoughts in order.
Hold on. If it was that quick, you guys wouldn't feel weird about it. You'd just be like, he's talking.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's a pause in there that's long enough for someone to say something.
Yes.
No, it's because the pause follows a question mark.
That's
where
what happens after a question. You wait for someone to answer, and since I'm...
But it's not clear if you want us to answer.
Of course I do.
You've been speaking uninterrupted for like 2 full minutes, and then you ask a question and pause for 1.5 seconds.
This is the clash of two radio worlds. This is...
That's exactly what it
is.
is.
100%.
This is a person who has been a solo host for a long time, and people that don't do it that way. And when I ask a question, one thing as a solo guy, silence is deadly. You cannot just stop talking. But in a group, you can. So when I do the pause and I don't hear an answer, my brain goes, you got to start talking again.
So just for all
it's a
of this,
habit.
You would like an answer.
Of course.
Okay.
I mean, it's not like a demand. It's just throwing it out there. And in a solo host's brain, silence is not okay. So if there's no response, well, then you got to go. That's how the brain is wired from doing it that long.
Gotcha.
Can we go back to the story really
Sure.
quickly? I'm actually going to do a horrible thing, and I'm going to side with Meta.
Wow.
I actually believe the crew of this yacht giving like an official, like, yeah, we didn't hear it. I believe them over. Now I'm seeing the original report was just someone on the cruise who posted to social media. Like, how would they even know? If it's just a random cruise passenger and they're like, they have repeatedly ignored our calls. Like, what? I don't think that's not like I can't verify that. If it's just a random cruise passenger, it kind of seems like someone maybe just trying to get attention online.
Man, she loves billionaires.
That's not what I'm saying.
Hey, he wasn't even there.
I'm just saying, like, it does, like, this wouldn't be a story if it was anyone else's yacht. If it was a billionaire whose name you didn't know, this would never show up.
Oh, no, it's definitely celebrity TMZ news. Yeah, for sure.
You guys want to know what the throw up in The Exorcist was?
Corn.
Yeah, it was. It was like
corn.
Was it corn?
Corn.
It was not corn.
Was it pea soup or something like that? It was some kind of a mixture of stuff, right?
Together, you and Kevin nailed it.
Oh.
It was a soup from a famous California restaurant called Pea Soup Anderson, mixed with oatmeal.
Oh, look at
They
that.
just, you know, they got a ton of that pea soup because someone on the crew liked it.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, well, we'll get a bunch and we'll have that for lunch. And then whatever's left over, we'll just mix that with some oatmeal and that'll be the vomit.
He probably spilled it on the floor because he's an idiot. And then everybody was like, well, I guess we'll just have to make the movie around it.
Yeah, she was not going to throw up.
He just tripped walking on set, like, no. And they're like, hey, we just got to do a rewrite. Just got to do a rewrite.
Well, that would be like if we were shooting a movie and we were like, you know, I think we need some Capitol Grill tenderloin sliders.
Yeah.
We're going to use that in a scene.
Yeah.
Like,
We need some
strange
Capitol
to
Grill
use-
lobster mac for vomit.
Like, how strange to use a specific restaurant's pea soup.
Yeah, they said it was superior to Campbell's.
In appearance?
That's not hard to
Because
do.
I would imagine the flavor wouldn't matter if it's just being thrown
No,
onto
I think
the floor.
appearance. Yeah.
Okay. all
I
right.
don't think they cared that Linda Blair liked it or
Yeah.
not.
I was
Linder.
going to say.
Linder.
Tinka.
Hey, Linder, come get your pea soup.
That's some who's pup right there.
Something tells me they didn't care about Linder.
They call this a
Is she
pea
a-
soup.
Linda gonna
she
eat this
still
pea
with
soup real
us?
good.
She is, and
Okay.
she's in trouble.
I thought I read something about this.
Yeah, she either had 150 or 250 dogs.
Animal hoarding.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
But what I heard, because she and I met, and it was magic. But what I heard was the dogs were very well taken care of. It wasn't like a kind of situation where like the Humane Society has to come and
Well, then leave her alone.
clean them up and stuff.
So she had a staff taking care of them and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It's more like an animal farm.
That's fine. There's no problems with that.
Yeah, nothing that bad ever happens at Animal Farm. Those
Tell you
dogs
guys-
are unionizing.
Tell you guys about John Moriarty, E3 Wealth. You know the deal. If you need financial help at all, call John. He will either help you or he will direct you to a person who is better equipped to help you in your specific situation. And I mean that, and he means it. I know for a fact that if you own a business or you're an entrepreneur, that is what he loves to do. That is his subspecialty. Lots of people from the DGS have been reaching out to him and getting together. And here's kind of myself. I'm pretty good at doing this. 26 years of evidence that I at least have some idea how to do a radio show. But there's so many other things in life and that surround the show that I'm completely without talent to the point of being inept. And so I have these guys and I have my family and I have my friends and they fill in the gaps where I'm not good. It's absolutely possible that you are a savant at your business. You had a great idea. You're going to be the next Jeff Bezos, but you're not great at the financing. You're not great at the vision. You're not great. Maybe you need a little business coaching, a fresh set of eyes to look at it. That's exactly what John does. It's real simple to meet him. Go to e3wealth.com, send him an email, give him a phone call, and hook up.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Well, if you're heading home on westbound Highway 70 this afternoon, you got a good run going all the way out into Wentzville. Eastbound 70 is just a little slower, sitting into 270. Westbound 64, seeing a little volume now from the Science Center headed out to McCausland. Of course, it's backed up Lake St. Louis Boulevard out to Highway 70. South 270, 64 down to Manchester is slow. Don't forget the exit from South 270 to westbound Manchester is closed now through Friday. So you'll have to go either east on Manchester or go down to Doherty Ferry and turn around, or take Doherty Ferry west. The choice is yours what you want to do there. Westbound 44, the right lane's back up, Guard at 270. South 55 looks good. Delays on the Illinois side, roadwork. Westbound 5570 backs up at 255, and it's heavy most of the way into 111. And eastbound 64, the usual delays, 157 to 159. I'm Roger Brand at the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
Honey, I found the one.
Oh, I thought I was the one.
Oh, you are, but this one's certified, background check, shows up on time, and can install all the ceiling fans.
Heating, cooling, electrical, and plumbing. Trusted pros who do it right.
The 3-2 pitch with the runner going a swing.
Ready to elevate your game? Join the MBA Sportscasters Forum on Tuesday, September 15th in St. Louis. Learn from Cardinals beat reporters, broadcasters, and Hall of Famer John Rooney as they break down play-by-play, reporting, interviewing, and covering the game. Then cap off the day with the Cardinals versus Giants at Busch Stadium. Step into the booth, sharpen your skills. Go to KMOX.com/events for details and registration.
Seeing more bees, wasps, or hornets around your home? Carpenter bees can damage wood structures, and wasps and hornets often hide nests inside walls. Don't risk getting stung. Let Rottler Pest Solutions protect your home and family. Call Rottler today or visit Rottler.com.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS on KMOX. Top of the hour. Skip will be here. We'll be doing the Sweet 16 of sauces and condiments. That was our executive decision yesterday, me and Andrew. Rachel, want to do a couple headlines?
Yeah, let me get that pulled up here. I don't know why I said it like that. Sorry, I just wasn't expecting to do it. La da da, we're almost there. Okay, the Bank of America is splashing out $250 million a year on weight loss drugs for its staff.
No.
The CEO says we see a great impact on our employees, and we've always been about mental wellness and physical wellness.
Who's doing that?
Bank of America.
Oh, cool.
I mean, also, you would think it would have positive health outcomes.
Yeah.
Which could also reduce costs on healthcare. Good.
Here's a local story real quick. Will Scharf, you guys remember him? He ran for Missouri Attorney General.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
He works for the White House. He had been staff secretary and head of the National Capital Planning Commission, but now he is going to work as White House counsel. The president named him White House counsel recently. So, Missouri boy.
I don't like that guy. And it's just that he's Trump's guy. He could be the nicest guy in the world. I mean, he's a douche, but I mean, he just is. Undeniably. Le douche.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose. And millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have